Okay. So, Rack, you want to lead us in?
So last time on Dark Ages Vampire, these guys were contacted towards the end of the session. They were contacted by Irod, who is one of the children of Cain, and they were told to go to England. This was after, of course, they met the Sabbat, and Mizoku Mao ended up taking a blood oath from a lady named Eve, who must be the leader of the Sabbat, as far as they know. And they were also attacked by a hunter after staying in a somewhat odd zone where time was a little configured to her liking.
Trap was obvious.
Trap.
It was an obvious trap, but we couldn't get around it.
Yeah,
But
there was no other
very-
options.
It was a very useful one for her. So,
Oh yeah, it worked.
but basically, that leads them on the path to London to talk to Cain, who has now assumed the throne.
Yes,
kind of like
Cain,
power behind
king
the
of
scenes.
all the vampires.
All of
is
them.
Now,
Fuck yes! I'm gonna go see my bro!
He's now also king of England. So he
This
is
is
both the
perfect for
king of
me.
vampires and the king of England. Perfect. We're currently in Germany, so we have to get to England as well.
England vampires are like twice.
So, is that everything for summing it up, Brack, or do we need anything
I
else?
believe so. And actually, you guys will not have to get there. We're basically just going to do a little time skip,
That's totally fine.
and
I
then
wish we had a little
As
world.
as
that
long as we get to do a little,
our
little,
characters
like,
just skip
talk
off.
about what we're doing and so forth during that time,
Exactly.
I'm totally cool with that.
that is perfectly fine by me. Actually, I was going to ask you. However, I do have a little boat for the way back.
You have a
So
little.
I assume there will be
Okay.
a way back
All right.
eventually.
All right. Lovely.
So we're gonna do character introductions first. We're gonna start with Nadia. Then we'll go to Lucius, Bartel,
right.
Mizoki, and Percival Braidway, who is our new vampire for this session. And hopefully
I would like to
every
just
session
mention beforehand, before you type that name in, and it makes it longer than the
I'm
frame.
only doing first.
Perfect. Okay, so character introductions. I'll go first. Of course, my character for vampire is Nadia Gottlieb. She is a little vampire girl who looks to be 10 years old, but of course isn't actually. She was just turned when she was very young. She hates being treated like a child and generally just is a petulant little dick of a kid. She manipulates any situation she can to her benefit. She steals things, and she is on the road of sin, so she basically wants to do everything for her own gain and her own fun. She also has a human retainer named Harold, who basically masquerades as her father when she has to be around mortals and so forth. She's moved around Europe a whole lot in the past because, well, she looks like she's 10, and when you don't age and you look like you're 10, people tend to get suspicious, so you have to move around quite frequently. So she's been in a lot of places. She's not a very patient person, and that's pretty much Nadia. Lucius?
She also has a new boyfriend.
So Lucius is a toreador who is a actor, traveling usually on behalf of nobles, carrying messages, kind of like a glorified courier. Spends his time when he goes to town entertaining people for coin, and that's pretty much it.
Fair enough.
The
Bartel?
entertaining short entertainer.
I am playing Bartel. He is a Bruja vampire on the road to the beast, 3 points into it. He was a mercenary before he was embraced, and continued being a mercenary for a while after he was. He tends to want power, but he doesn't go about it stupidly, such as, claiming things he doesn't think he can support. Yeah, you. But Road of the Beast also means, he has to protect his territory and stuff, so he's going to end up killing Nadia's new boyfriend if he gets the chance. And that he has a demon in his head, too, so this is going to be a fun session, I'm sure. And on to Mizoku.
Alright, well, my guy is Mizoku Mao. Not Asian. His best friend is a cat, Sir Reginald, who he is still looking for right now. He is a 7-foot, 310-pound gangrel, which means he's pretty much a fucking animal. And let's see, what else? His best friends are Bartel and Nadia. and also Kane because he fucking loves Kane.
I'm best friends with Kane.
Best friends with Kane, man. Go walking down, skipping down with Kane arm in arm. And yeah, that's about Mizoku in a nutshell.
All right, and now I'll leave it up to Percival Braidway II.
Okay.
Erica, I would like you to explain what your character looks like, since you didn't get a chance to, obviously, at the first of the campaign. And
Alright.
basically how Percival is going to,
Give us the
basically his
Percival overview.
mannerisms. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I obviously play Percival Braidway II. Not Percy Bartel. He is
call him
a
Percy.
Ventru, so if anyone unfamiliar with the game, he's very high class. He's a douche. He's a giant douche. There's nothing really. That's it. Here, I'll just read out the description I wrote. First and foremost, Percival Braidway II is a man of class. He carries himself with confidence, poise, and majesty, all while excluding an air of excellence. The only thing this Englishman appears to lack in any sense is muscle, which would be most unfitting for such a comely, noble figure as himself. Percival's face is slender, with a few sharp features such as his nose and chin, and his eyelashes thick and relatively feminine. His brown hair is always swept back and styled with the utmost care, by servants of course, to mask the odor of blood should he indulge in a midnight snack, and the stink of the unworthy. He wears only the finest of perfumes provided by his oh-so-generous sire. In terms of clothing, this Cainite wears the best he can afford or is given, and tends to throw small fits if anyone of lower class dirties him up in the slightest. Bloodstains are particularly troublesome. Always with Percival is his cane, surprisingly simple in design to anyone unaware of the surprise it hides within. Okay. Anything else you need to know?
I think that is...
I just like to say that I feel inadequate now, because like, that was like you had like a whole thing prepared and I just winged it.
If I wing it, I sound awkward, so I
We've
don't.
had
I sound awkward anyway.
we've
I
had
have
sessions
to
to flush
have
out
a
our
script.
characters so far, so
Yeah, like our
I'm
characters
pretty
are a little
good.
fleshed out. She has
I've had them
them
planned out since you guys started, so it's good.
Yeah. All right, Rack, I think we're good. And sorry if I step on your hosting toes here, good sir.
No, that's perfectly fine. It is your stream after all,
I'm
and
just-
sometimes I need a little prodding along the way. I am almost as distracted as you.
I
My
won't be
name's not-
impressed with Percival until he bullshits a play like I did.
Okay. Basically, we're going to start out. We're not going to have a map for this portion because you're going to start out by actually arriving in London. And London being a very wide cityscape, I decided to be a little less select in where you guys are going to be.
Okay.
So basically, I'd like to know what each one of you have done for about the 3 weeks in between,
Okay.
I'm going to say.
All right.
So I'm going to start with Nadia.
Okay. First question for you, Rack. Am I bringing Harold? Is Harold allowed? I mean, he's my retainer. I don't know if you want me to bring him or-
Harold actually cannot be found currently. Since you went to Berlin, he has come up missing.
How about Mark? Has Mark showed up at any point in time during this 3 weeks?
Mark has shown up here and or there. Not
What,
so
Mark?
much like, kind of like the ever-vigilant presence, but not really, staying around for too long at a time.
Okay, fair enough.
not giving me a chance to stab him.
You're really gonna
Okay.
try and stab the kid while Mizoku's around. Good luck.
So-
That's why I haven't stabbed him yet.
So basically, Nadia, for the last 3 weeks, we've been traveling towards England, so it's been a lot of traveling and a lot of, the regular thing that she's all about. She will have been checking out those like chess pieces more in depth regarding whether they have anything magic to do with them or occult to do with them, or any like practical uses. Probably if somebody wanted to play with her while they were traveling, she would have done so, like a regular chess game with them.
Except for Bartel. I thought she'd play with Bartel.
Well, she
Mizoku
would, and then
probably
she'd
would've
beat you,
tried
and then
to
she'd
learn.
laugh.
Mizoku would have probably tried to learn. Went, oh, how do you play this game?
How do you play this game? What else? What else have I done? When we hit the boats, of course, Nadia does not like crossing running water, and the English Channel is a pretty large amount of running water.
But it's still water. It's not running water.
Well, it's
It is.
like it
Yeah, it
counts
is.
as it's a channel, bro.
How is it?
Oh,
The
Channel is
ocean,
running
the
water.
ocean is not still water.
Well, like middle ocean, you might be able to base not running.
Anyway, she pretty much spends as much time as far away from the water as possible. So if there's sort of like a high point in the ship, she probably chills up there and mumbles obscenities about how water sucks and so forth. And is
water sucks.
quite happy and grateful to once again arrive on solid land, though knowing it's an island and that she'll have to leave it again at some point, quite hesitant to get back on a boat. So there you go.
Okay. And Lucius, what have you done for 3 weeks?
Lucius has been, I mean, obviously doing the normal, like, traveling around with the group heading to England. And entertaining a little bit while he's been on the way, collecting a couple coins here and there whenever he can. And upon arriving in London, he, obviously, like, looks around for his normal places to stay or whatever, and suddenly he's gone missing.
Oh, great.
Like,
Okay.
it's assumed that he's probably out entertaining somebody somewhere. Because that's what he has been doing, is traveling and entertaining.
Cool.
Okay.
Do we have to
So
worry
he-
about our blood pool right now?
He
or
may
should
be
we-
in some castle or something.
Not for the 3 weeks, I think, Cody. Just because.
Well, yeah, maybe
something
like
like
blood
that.
pool when we get there. Is it changed or?
You're gonna be at 8.
Cool.
Okay.
I'll just basically give
That's
you
what I
your
figured.
max and then your amount for waking up.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I figured. It's just fine.
And so we will go to Bartel. Bartel,
Well, I
3
mean-
weeks.
Bartel doesn't really have much to do during the traveling, so I would hope that I had the science book that I've been reading with me, just reading over that more. But other than that, just looking for anywhere that would make a good place to set up a new house, preferably like near a small town, but far enough away that could live in isolation. Other than that, he really doesn't have much thought on the matter other than waiting to get to London itself. Upon getting there, same thing, looking for anywhere nearby that might make a good place to set up a house.
And
Anywhere that isn't like controlled by a local lord or something.
okay. And Mizoku.
Mizoku also has the running water thing, so he has to stay up there with Nadia, probably learning the chess game with Nadia.
Just sitting up there playing chess on a choppy boat, like.
The pieces
Every-
tip over.
Every once in a while, he'll look down from the crow's nest to see Bartel trying to become Bill Nye the Science Guy. And once he gets to London, he pretty much just hangs out with the people he knows. Very excited to see Kane, and talks to the animals, and just, is missing
Sort of
Reginald.
things.
He's missing Reginald because Reginald was his companion, one of his best
Tell
friends.
you who's not missing Reginald? Me out of character.
This is true. Okay. And I'm not gonna leave it up to Percival because obviously hasn't really been introduced yet.
Yep, that
So-
makes sense.
Basically, we're going to open up the scene to London. London at this time period is going to be a very large, well-built town, obviously. There's still, the people in the streets that not too savory type. It's basically going to be like any other town that you would come across. There's commoners. There's going to be, noble people here and there, but not so much in the portion of the city that you're in, because it's mostly like dockyards and small businesses.
Okay.
So you're basically going to be in like the slummy part of town where like sailors go to drink and peruse women.
Fair enough.
So I will open it to you guys to do some RP, and we can go from there.
In other words, a place Lucius would probably never be. 'Cause
Okay, well, I'm.
Well, you're
have,
missing.
have we kind of just stepped
well,
off?
like missing in terms of not with the group. Like he's like
You
obviously
have-
going to like Dublin or like somewhere else to like look for money.
have we just stepped off the boat, so to speak?
Just
or-
stepped off.
Okay.
Basically, you've stepped off. You've had all your stuff checked by the quartermaster or whatnot.
So we're like on a dock, pretty much.
Yeah, you have
Okay.
basically looking into the city from the waterfront.
Okay. Well, Nadia is, as soon as she can, gonna make her way to the solid ground of actual land. Sort of, huffing and gasping a little bit as she makes it there, and trying to like regain her composure once on the actual land. Looking to Mizoku sympathetically, of course, as they share that they share that particular flaw. She's gonna be sort of surveying the surroundings, so seeing that's kind of your unsavory dock type place. She's keeping a close eye out for any sort of trouble or problems that might come their way, though she's trying to do it as like unpointedly as possible, with that sort of like disguise way that she does when she's around mortals, trying to act the proper age that she appears. So not trying to look too bright. Let's put it that way.
Mizoku's gonna look like left, then look right, look forward. Does anybody know the layout of London? Because I feel like if I take two steps, I'm gonna be lost.
Basically,
I've
see
never
here.
been here before.
Yeah, basically you're going to see, as I've stated, you're going to see sailors who normally don't go too far into the city, because they obviously stay by the water with the taverns and the inns and whatnot. You do see, however, as you look around, roll perception and alertness, please.
Cool.
All right.
You do see as you look around. Please roll before I tell you.
Okay, so that's I think
I will tell you exactly what you see.
for
I'm
seeing
hoping
stuff.
someone gets at least.
Oh, look at
three.
that roll. Oh, look at
Two.
that roll.
Oh,
Hello.
one.
So
Okay.
I guess.
Still reading my book a little bit as I get off the boat.
Alright, so hold on. We're just coming
It's
off
like-
the boat now, so Lucius
Yeah,
should
so
probably
you
stay
would be,
with
you
them.
would be
Yeah,
there.
yeah, he hasn't taken off yet.
Eidetic memory, help me.
Perception alertness. Okay.
He's GTFOing.
Yep. Fuck you guys.
Okay.
Successes.
What Pig notices immediately or Lucius rather, what Lucius notices immediately is there are a lot of different people. However, what stands out the most is there is a group of people that is spread out throughout the crowd that are all wearing noticeable different colors. From the common folk, that is. Basically, they're all wearing certain bands across their muscle, as well as across their bicep, as well as they are wearing blue crosses on what looks to be a small cape that basically just covers the the shoulders
Okay.
of their back.
Crusaders.
Maybe
Blue
not.
crosses?
I don't know, man.
The Power Crusaders.
Blue cross is
Blue is
probably
not
not,
really-
actually.
Blue is
Cross.
not really the
Blue cross,
Crusader
blue
hill.
shield.
You die, you get
Blue
money.
Cross Blue Shield.
So
It's like
As
an
Lucius-
insurance, man.
Lucius will turn to the group, and he's gonna kind of point towards the odd people that I see that don't look the same, and go. It's kind of odd to see these different people. They aren't like the common rabble. It seems they're not. They don't look like sailors. They look more. I don't even know how to describe.
Yeah, but do you know them from anywhere? Their insignia, anything?
I have not the foggiest clue, my friend.
Fair enough. Well, let's not worry about
Does
it too
occult
much,
or
though.
intelligence help at all if I'm pointed out towards these people? Their insignia is in any way like recognizable?
You would not recognize it.
Okay.
And neither would Cody with eidetic memory. So
I
don't ask
wasn't
me.
asked.
I have eidetic memory too, bitch, and I know
Like
Fair.
eidetic memory? Do I remember anything? No.
I
This
like
is
to remember
Cody?
things.
Uh,
No.
You do notice that, however, these cloaks, as he points them out, they are very new. So you can immediately assume that it is a new organization that may have popped up in the area or worldwide, even in their new members.
Okay.
Don't worry about it too much unless it becomes a problem. Just
Yeah.
try to stay low.
Nadia's gonna kind of shrug as well and be like, "Oh, if they don't cause us any problems, then we don't need to cause them any problems."
Besides, if they do interrupt us, and best case scenario is that they're with the new king, as it were.
True enough.
At this point in time, I would like to introduce Percival Braidway to this and this is how your character's getting introduced.
All right.
Down in
all
the
right.
dirty docks, Percival.
No,
Braidway.
there's probably a reason, like my sire told me to.
The four of you, the normal group, hear a ruckus and a yelling coming from a certain individual. And as you look towards that direction, they seem to be talking down to a lot of sailors about a missing item that was supposed to be for their cohort or companion.
Oh no.
I'm gonna leave this with you guys. I'm gonna go look for a tavern or something for us to stay later. See ya.
Good idea. I'd go with you, but I want to see what happens.
So
Come back here and tell us where you found.
I don't have any reason to intervene, so I'm gonna watch.
you hear
I'm
that the
gonna walk
argument
up to him.
is over a particular hard-to-find book.
Is it a science book?
And I will let you take it from there. Bear.
Okay, well, Percival looks absolutely infuriated at this point, gripping his cane really, really hard as he's just pacing back and forth in front of these ruffians.
He's-
Upon walking up there, could we make rolls to see if we can tell what Percival is, or 'cause we're just like watching?
He is a man about 5'9",
That's what I meant. But good try. I like it.
looks about mid-30s, yeah.
Pig could.
Pig
With
could walk with
Auspex.
Elf could.
Pretty good.
Elf has level 1 aspects, I think. But
Needs level 2.
okay, that's
Yeah,
that's
level
aura.
2 is
I think.
auras. Hold on.
Literally,
Yeah.
all you know is that exactly what Bears told you. He's a man who stands about 5 foot now.
Yeah, okay.
So.
But I just meant like paler than usual might know something. But
I'm a-
whatever.
no,
no,
Doesn't
he's not
really, it really
paler.
doesn't matter.
No, he's
no,
not pale.
He's got the full flush.
Okay,
cheeks.
oh,
yeah,
right,
he's,
right,
he's
he's
a
Blush of
venture,
Life. I
man,
forgot
and he's
about
got
that.
Blush of Life. It's
I
all
forgot
good.
about that. That's a good point.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm
okay.
gonna Auspex the shit out of this, bro. Do it
Okay.
up.
Vampire.
And whatever the culprit is for
I'm gonna make up
irritated.
my own colors. Obviously, you're telling irritated or furious. You can also tell pompous and uptight.
Yep.
So you immediately know that this person may be of either aristocratic background or deems themselves worthy of political office.
Oh, we got another Lucius.
Basically one of the higher
Just
clans.
like-
Yeah.
So right now he's a man with glowing crimson superiority things
Yes,
going on.
basically.
My
Pretty much
aura-
power, something that
He's
Lucius
red-
loves.
red and more pulse red, and he's kind of talking down to these people. So Lucius really doesn't give a shit. He's kind of semi-amused. I mean, he'd probably see all those people as lower than him anyway. So it's not like anything big deal.
Bartels would just kind of laugh at it because it's just funny.
Zoku thinks-
Percival
This
is
randomly extremely angry guy on the docks. with
Honestly,
fancy clothing.
yeah. I mean, there's no reason to intervene. I'm just enjoying the show.
He just pinches the bridge of his nose and closes his eyes for a second. How hard is it to misplace a book? Honestly.
As I've told you before, we haven't quite misplaced the book, but for double the coin, I might be able to find it within me belongings.
This is insane. This is robbery. What? Where's your superior? I want to talk to him.
Oh, let me go get him. He turns around, walks
turns
2
back.
paces, and then comes back. Oh, I'm the superior around here. I'll be answering all your questions. Obviously, the guys behind him are busting up laughing because they're through and through wanting double the coin for what you're getting.
Well, I am not paying another cent. I gave you my money for passage and this book. I want that book.
Oh, well. I mean, I could probably piece it out page by page. Let's see. That'd be about half the book there.
No, you are not
Would you like-
touching that book. You are not
Do you
laying
like
your
even
filthy
pages or the odd
hands.
ones?
This is insane.
How does it work?
You are not laying your filthy hands on that book unless it is the entire thing and it ends up with me intact.
How the hell do you take the odd and even pages apart?
One at a time.
Yep. It's like ox counting coins.
One, another one.
Basically, at this, he kind of cringes. Seeing he's not getting anywhere with the situation, he says, "Oh, you can have your blasted book," and he like pulls basically this large, about I'd say 400-page book that is leather bound and strung, has
Okay.
string holding it closed, and tosses it into the street.
Can
Oh
I
my God.
can I just point out that at this point I found a seat somewhere in like a nearby crate or something. I'm just kicking my feet, like feet dangling, just kicking my feet and giggling. Like,
Can I also
just
point out that a
laughing.
400-page book in the Middle Ages was thick as fuck?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
this is
he
very-
threw that shit? That shit is heavy.
He's a sailor. I don't doubt it.
It is extremely audible as well. Like, if you are anywhere in the street, you can just hear the woomph of it hitting the ground.
This is the
Like-
one time Bartel will just like go stand next to Nadia, just like lean against the crate as well, and just laugh with her.
You hear the hard clacking of the cane on the stones as he just rushes over to pick up the book, glaring at the sailors.
You bastards.
You do notice that in the voyage, a few of the pages have been a little roughed up, but it seems otherwise intact.
Okay, I take out my handkerchief and I like wipe it down very meticulously, like getting all of the filth off of the cover. Just huffing.
God damn it.
You hear as these sailors walk away, bloody nobles, they never know their place.
Can I? Okay, I'm gonna do subterfuge. I want to try and do something, and just like, is this sailor walking anywhere nearby, like us, like while me and Bartel
He'd
are
be
just
walking straight past you, basically going back towards the boat.
straight past us? I'm gonna just like hop down from the crate and like stick my foot out for like a trip, basically. Like, because it'll be stronger than, I'm small, so probably not like super noticeable, but it's like a vampire trip, you know what I mean? Like, it might
Vampire
work.
trip.
It might work.
Dex and sub, do it. Dex and sub,
I need-
go.
I need you to roll.
Dex and subterfuge, and then strength and brawl.
Yeah, you know what? I'll allow it. Dex and subterfuge first to see how stealthily you can, kick your leg out
Okay.
at the right time.
Do 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 do. Do, do, do. Damn it!
Well,
So,
I guess you did trip.
Well, use strength and brawl to see if you actually trip him, though.
As you go to stick your leg out, you like make it super noticeable, and instead of kicking your leg out at about ankle height, you like kick it all the way up to his knee, and he can obviously tell that you're impeding his path. So the sailor looks down at you. "Oh, I bloody little girl!" and he like raises his hand to hit you to see if you'll cringe. So I need you to.
Mizoku goes right next.
Yeah.
Mizoku goes right next and looks him dead in the fucking face.
Nadia is going to play it off super smooth and just like pretend she's super afraid. Yeah, she's going to be like, "Oh no, don't hit me." Yeah.
When Mizoku comes up, he is not intimidated by Mizoku's size at all.
Oh.
He is. You can tell he's a very hardened sailor. He's seen a lot of things, done a lot of stuff. Wouldn't recommend it. So
I'm
So he
going to
just
still go right up next to Nadia, push her behind me, and like puff out my chest. Like, come on, bitch. Fucking humans.
Dex and dodge.
Oh, he's gonna...
He's gonna
okay.
attack.
He's gonna do
Actually,
this.
should he Dex and melee to block it? That's a thing.
Yeah, he can, but Dex and
If
dodge.
if it's a punch attack, I mean, same
It's
thing.
not a punch.
Oh well.
I can immediately tell you it's not a punch.
Well, if it's not a punch, then it's probably better to dodge.
Okay. Yeah. Basically, as you puff out your chest, you see him make like a flicking motion on a pouch or by a pouch on his side, and you narrowly escape a throwing knife that whizzes past you.
At the
It's
throwing
like-
knife, I will pull out my sword and just like put it like.
I'm
towards
going to
his-
pull out both my fucking swords.
Yeah.
Like, you want to go, sailor boy?
It's my turn to
And-
watch.
I
Initiative? Okay.
I am, for all intents and
anyone.
purposes, just playing up my regular. This is the middle of a crowded place. I'm not gonna start like brutally attacking people with a dagger.
Lucius goes first.
Lucius.
Oh,
For
initiative.
justice.
You know what? He threw a depth.
Do we have a map for this? Like, do we have like a
I can give you a map. Real
even just like make this white instead of would be fine.
Give me a sec.
So I'll just pop Percival over here. He's watching. He's not getting involved.
Percival is-
I
Well,
will.
you're
bring
about
you-
to see us fuck up a couple of sailors.
Yeah, basically. That's the plan anyway.
Murdering sailors on the dock.
Brutes.
brutes.
over to this map for the ruckus.
Okay, we're
Yeah,
just
you-
gonna use this square here.
Yeah,
Lovely.
that'll basically give you everything you need.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I just thought like we like having some representations on field would be nice.
Are you going to?
Can you keep the initiative order up just so that it's in the
Yeah,
overlay?
I will in a second, but I'm clear and
Let's go, sailor boy. Let's go. I'll show you
Is Percival
my hat.
Braidway? Hush,
Ooh.
please.
I am there,
Percival
but I'm
break.
not participating in combat.
Okay, and Pig?
I will have just like told Cody like I'm not participating in you killing these humans. I'm fucking off, and he just turns and just leaves.
He leaves. Oh.
Right, now, let me.
Like,
That's
he
just
is-
me and
he
you,
is-
Cody.
He is out.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he's like I
Pig,
can't. kill
Pig is
humans.
like intent to remove Lucius from the scenes.
Yeah.
It's like,
Do you want us to move into how we were when?
I got
Yeah.
some plan, yo.
Nadia should actually be behind me, so move your character
it's
behind.
probably like that.
And I was right about here.
So, Lucius is not participating. Sorry, I missed
No.
that.
No. Well, I mean, if I'm going first, I'd have been like leaving. Like he's not gonna kill humans. It's kind of against his nature. He's like, yeah, you guys
Yeah.
are growing. I'll see you later.
You
Wanted
guys
to
want
make
to throw
sure.
down? Like,
I'm
alright.
I'm actually gonna go look for like a like-
Mazoku?
place to stay
Yo.
or like nobles or something.
Hold on, I got it.
Oh, I had put it in there.
Yeah,
but
but
you
you
had
had
to
to refresh
just
the
to
turn
stay
order.
around
because-
Oh,
here.
okay. All right,
Okay.
all
It's
right.
rubbish.
So, first guy that's gonna go, human over here, is going to push towards Mizoku, obviously the target currently. And if I can type properly, we'll have a good time of this.
Yo ho,
my
yo
God,
ho, a pirate's life of me. That's all I can think of looking at these tokens.
Dex and Dodge, they are pirates. Well, sailors, I guess.
Popeye.
People.
And then
It's Popeye the Sailor Man.
Dodging when he can.
Dex and Dodge again.
All right, 1 second.
Yeah.
I had to put those on.
Thrust and parry, the battle's merry. Spelled by the sailor man.
Okay. You're gonna get hit once, or 4 damage, lethal.
Which kind?
Lethal.
Lethal?
He's hitting you with a
Yep.
sword, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so these guys have like swords out now?
Yes.
So I can do 2 health,
guy-
2 blood pool.
You gotta roll. You gotta roll stamina also. Don't forget that.
Yeah. Roll
Oh, that's
stamina.
right.
And do you have fortitude?
He does.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so automatically take off damage for that as well.
So that's 3, and then you roll stamina to see if you can soak more. 3 damage. 2 damage.
Okay, so
2
2
damage.
damage total. And this guy right here
Mizoku
actually
the
currently
soaking
does,
beast!
does not have a sword out. This guy right here, that's the one that flicked a knife at.
Okay.
So. Right, and then be up to that guy. He is going to take a step back and flick another knife. X and dodge. So
Dodge that shit, Mizoku. Sidestep like a baller.
And then it hits you. GG.
Ah, fuck.
GG, well played.
All not
it's gonna do 2 damage.
So 1 damage.
So 1 damage, roll stamina. Actually, it's gonna do 1.
Fortitude.
It's gonna do 1 damage anyway. Like
Yeah.
you can't. Don't worry about stamina. Just as 1.
What about Fort?
That's
Gabby.
what's taking it down to 1.
Ah, okay.
And
My turn?
minimum is 1 damage in my opinion, since I give.
All right, I'm going to double sword this fucker right in front of me.
That's what he tried
Oh,
to do.
you fucker!
Yes! Yes, the botches.
Well, he did get an 8, but
Odds or evens?
Even.
oh yeah, you use different botch rules. Forgot.
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, you go to swing your sword, and end up throwing it over here. Like it slips out. It slips out of your currently sweaty from travel palm, because you were basically unnerved the whole time and sweating profusely. So now your main hand sword is over here on the ground.
Can I
Since
use
he's
my other
ambidextrous,
hand?
it doesn't really matter.
Yes, I will allow you to swing your other one at the correct difficulties.
Oh, correct difficulties. All right.
You still got 1 success, I
Yeah.
believe.
Well,
So,
regular difficulties.
well, at
yeah.
regular difficulty for offhand.
Oh, wow.
It's just Mizoku?
I'm
He's
ambidextrous.
Yeah, he's ambidextrous.
Okay, you're good.
That's
3.
why I use double swords all the time.
Yeah.
I had to make sure. I can't type today. Oh my god, you smashed him in the face. Roll strength.
Just strength.
Yeah.
It's a good
Okay.
roll. It's a 7, I think, because he's using broadsword.
Okay, so 7.
7 damage.
Oh, if he doesn't have double health, he goes down.
Close. Basically, you throw your first sword, and as you're slicing down with your other sword, you're going to hit him like in the neck area, and you're not going to sever the artery, but you notice that he is like bleeding profusely, and should it go untreated,
He is not a happy camper.
he's probably going to bleed out. Should it go untreated?
Okay.
He's currently still standing.
Okay.
He's got 5 minutes.
5 minutes of life left. This guy,
Yeah.
seeing that, obviously goes in for the attack. X and dodge, Mizoku. Since you're the only one that's acted, you're the you're target of all the eyes.
Target numero uno.
And roll stamina.
Well, there's
Okay.
stamina roll, so.
-2.
So you're gonna take 2 damage.
Is it lethal?
Yes.
All right. Is
Soak
lethal you
it.
take 1 soak or 2 soak?
It's 1 for 1.
1 for 1, so I'd have to take 2. All right. I'm at 5 blood right now. This is not good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I like
Oh
to
yeah,
hear.
I'll put myself down at 8 because I actually woke up today.
You didn't.
I woke up today.
There you go.
I can't see
This
to select
guy-
my icon very easily. I don't know what's up. Oh well.
Selected it fine.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's in the middle of 2 squares, which is weird.
It's fine.
Oh,
Doesn't
Yeah,
look
it works.
like that to
Just
Dex and dodge.
No, actually, he missed. He got 0 successes.
me. Ha, fail.
Oh, good.
Finally,
Nadia?
some happy joy for us. Nadia is she is going to take the action of like sitting basically like butt on the ground, you know, knees like curled up in front of her, just crying, just wailing, you know, the way that she does. She's not gonna do anything. She's not gonna help.
Thanks.
It's perfect, Bartel.
I'm going to attack the guy that's in front of Mizoku, because the guy bleeding out, you know, I assume that's going to be handled some way.
yeah.
Yeah.
5. You're at 5 blood. Have fun staring at all that
seriously?
gushing out of him.
What?
Don't ask me, okay?
Oh,
Just the botch.
the botches.
Odds or
He's the
evens?
botchiest.
What? I'll pick odds this time. Let's go.
You always know something good happened whenever Agvash raises her eyebrows.
You should
Yeah.
have
He does it.
gone evens. The one time you should have gone evens.
Okay. If I wanna, I'm never gonna win any of these.
You basically make the horrible tactical decision of swinging sideways.
Oh,
And
God.
I need Mizoku to roll Dex and Dodge. All the fun things are happening to you already, Phoenix. Are you enjoying this session?
If I miss Phoenix, my sword would still go towards the guy, though.
I like how
Yeah.
this basically is completely instigated by me. Once again, completely my fault. Like,
Now, Martel, I need you to roll Dex and Melee.
I don't know what I'm rolling this against, but I'll do it.
Against Phoenix's dodge roll. So,
I'm
don't
gonna
beat
hate-
3.
I'm gonna hate
Okay. Phoenix is good. Phoenix is good.
Bro.
You barely, and you are going to hit the guy
Oh, okay.
because your sword is still going towards him, obviously with the momentum.
Excellent.
It's gonna put Mizoku up there because he had a sidestep. And roll
Yay.
strength.
Yay. 7. And with I'm gonna dread gaze the guy in the back if I can, just like stare at him like in anger and pure malice and hatred. Try and scare him.
You
I will
dread
allow
gaze?
you to-
that character.
I'll allow you to
Stack.
stare at him, but not dread gaze and attack in the same turn.
Okay, I thought it was worth a try, but okay.
How do you?
You said 7.
7 damage, yes.
The 2.0 presence discipline pig.
yeah, Brewhouse
Yeah,
has presence
no.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
I
it's,
didn't
my,
get
yeah.
2 points in presence though.
it's my main discipline. I had to get 2 points in it.
Yeah.
This guy is
Not potencing that shit.
going to swing at Bartel's face
My
as a
face?
last resort roll
At my face?
at your face.
Yep.
That's difficulty?
Dex and dodge. Oh, it's a very high
It adds
difficulty.
difficulty. It
Yeah.
adds 2 or
Dex
3
and
to
dodge.
it, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All you have to do is make 1. Yeah,
did.
you dodge.
Yes.
And you're lucky because I got a 10, 9, and then I got a 1, so it negated the 10.
Oh, yeah.
So he only had 1 success.
Okay.
Bastard.
My
And-
practice rolls are always so good.
Yeah, I know, right? And he basically just falls over after that. It was like a desperation attempt. This guy's gonna step forward and also attack Bartel. Double sword.
He had whoa. He had 2 swords? I thought he was throwing knives.
Yep.
Whoa.
Got the short swords, man. Whips them out.
Yeah.
I like how it says Percival into
I don't like my odds.
Yeah, we're like in the middle of the docks, just like murdering sailors.
Dex and Dodge, yes, there will be consequences for
I
this.
have a plan for this. I have a plan.
Why do you think Lucius has disappeared? He's
Lucius like, goodbye!
Suffer the consequences. See you later.
Hey, man. I am completely innocent in all of this. That's all I'm saying.
You untactful heathens.
4s and 10s.
They lack
And roll it
tact,
again.
but Percival is amused. Which is
Oh.
why he's actually still there.
All I'm saying is, if the mortal authorities come and arrest us, I
have a
am
good
innocent
fucking reason.
in all of this.
They were about to
Zoki.
knife you.
About to backhand the girl. That's
Yeah.
normal in medieval ages.
Tell would have stabbed them at that, though.
It's pretty normal.
He doesn't like much, but he understands he should help
Alright,
her.
so
I'm not
attack
gonna lie,
on
a 10-year-old
this
girl
guy.
in medieval times, pretty much like as about less worth than like a cow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty
And
much.
he's gonna dodge.
Alright, can I use my other hand to just
To
punch
punch him?
him?
To punch him?
Like, hurrah, boom!
Sure. Strength and brawl, I guess.
Is it strength and rolls or dex and brawl? It really doesn't matter either way for
Doesn't
Mizoku.
matter to me.
It
think-
doesn't matter either way because
I
think it's Dex and Brawl.
Yeah.
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 It really doesn't matter for Mizoku.
Yeah, 5 for punching with the
Nice!
Okay.
9, 10, 9, 8, 9.
Put up them
Roll
dukes.
strength. Roll strength.
All 8 or higher, that's a pretty good punch.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. Yeah. Okay. Which that's so you did 2 damage bashing. So. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay.
It happened!
Well, I don't have my other sword at the moment.
Dex and dodge. 1 time.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
How did this is the prince of the domain you just entered in 10 easy steps by Nadia God.
Okay.
Numbers are never good.
You're gonna take 4 lethal before your soak. So 3 lethal, roll stamina. Okay, so 2 lethal.
I'm always getting 2.
And then with his second,
X and dodge.
no, with his second attack, he actually ends up slicing his leg.
Idiot.
Fucked up.
He's kind of holding the sword like, backwards.
He's
like
trying to be a badass.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like,
Never
He
try
goes-
and be a
goes
badass,
up to
kids.
slash and like cuts his thigh a little bit, and so he's gonna take some damage from that.
It's like, ah, fuck.
It's like they put the sights on top for a reason.
Nadia?
Just he holds the sword the wrong way.
Nice.
Nadia's still just doing her thing.
I mean, look, guys. Nadia, she knows that there are eyes on this fight, you know what I mean? And if she starts, like, brutally murdering people in the way that she occasionally does, she's gonna be, like, burned as a witch. So she's just gonna sit there in the mud sniveling. Like, that's it.
Bartel?
I mean, attack! Because that's what I do.
Mewling.
That is what you do.
Just mewling like a babe.
You know, I also fail a lot, so I mean, that wasn't so bad.
I did not expect a fight in the docks.
Wow.
Whoa.
Well, you
Well,
have Nadia in the
I
party.
instigate
Expect a fight
fights.
everywhere.
Yeah, I should expect fights everywhere. I should have made a docks map with like all kinds of combat. Like,
Yeah.
Blame the
Did I hit him?
10-year-old.
I
hit him?
am the regal princess of instigating fights.
I
You
almost had a
are.
dice pool of 0.3. 2, so 7 again.
Although to be fair, Mizoku could have just like let him smack me, and that would have been it.
Zoku?
Bartel would have stabbed him at that point. He doesn't like Nadia, but he's not gonna let that go unstabbed.
Really?
Brutes, the lot of
Yeah.
you.
That's
I'm not
that
gonna let that
one.
go stabbed.
I'm
You're
like-
you're a member of his group.
I'm like-
He was a mercenary.
And
He's kind
5
of
on
big
punching
on the defensive.
again.
Right, you got him.
I'm like super surprised that Bartel would come to my rescue. I wouldn't
So-
come to Bartel's rescue, just so you know.
Well, he doesn't care. That he knows that.
If
He
Bartel,
knows that.
Yeah,
Anybody
He's
rescue
accepted
Elf.
that
I
fact.
probably
And
wouldn't even come to Mizoku's
As
rescue.
soon as
though.
the
He'd
last
be
guy
the-
falls over, Bartel turns immediately towards Percival. And he's like, "You come over here for a moment." Sheathing his sword because they're dead. It's like
Zoko
not
goes over
trying-
and picks up his other sword.
There
And
are.
what would you want with me?
steps over. Nothing with you particularly, just more so the authorities. You seem to be fancier than others around here. I was hoping you might be able to get us a little bit out of this trouble that she has caused.
Nadia's
Well
just gonna
done.
sit there in the mud, sniveling and wiping her nose with the back of her hand, sort of stuff.
Okay. Out of character. Do I know from the look of Nadia that she is a
Well, I
Cappadocian
mean, she's
or a vampire?
she's a Cappadocian,
Like-
but she's like an appearance 3 Cappadocian.
Yeah. But would I be able
So-
to tell she's a kindred? I know with Bartel and Mizoku, I don't think maybe. But
No, I mean if they're fed, you wouldn't be able to tell. But Cappadocian, probably.
Roll wits and occult.
okay.
Considering you're trying to do it on the fly.
Okay. Let me just.
Turn my keyboard.
All right. What's just standard diff?
Standard diff.
Standard diff.
Yes.
Are you vamp?
Are you there?
You believe she is Cappadocian based on your previous encounters with the like.
Okay.
You can't tell for 100% positive, but she does exhibit the characteristics.
Okay. So his eyes kind of go to Nadia for a second, and they seem to almost light up, and he grins and immediately starts stepping over while picking dirt and stuff off of his clothes. But of course, it would be a pleasure to help all of you because of this entire situation. What, do you want me to make a statement as a witness, or talk
Keeping
you
the
out?
authorities off of our trail completely would be easier.
Well, that would be quite difficult with all of everyone watching. You did make quite a scene back there.
It was their fault.
Nadia's going to pick herself up, sort of try and brush off some of the mud and crap off of her.
Before you question it, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that book and their insistence on not giving it to you.
I wasn't the one who pulled a blade on them.
They
gonna
pulled a blade on us
Mizoku's gonna
first.
walk over and like brush dirt off of Nadia's head.
Yep. Percival will step forward and offer Nadia his handkerchief.
Oh, fancy! Friends in fancy places, Nadia.
Nadia looks at him sort of distrustfully. She has no idea if you know what he is. But you know, people are nice to kids sometimes. So
Don't
she
expect
like
to get that back.
she like takes it from him. You know, as nicely as she can.
Yeah.
She's still trying to look the distraught child. You know, she's just like faces red, sort of. You know, just like tears and so forth. And she uses the handkerchief to sort of like wipe her face a little bit. And then
First, can you tell me what these men were? You did dealings with them. Sorry to cut you off there, Elf. I
problem.
thought you were finished.
no problem.
They were
I'm really sorry about that.
nothing. Mere errand boys, I guess you could call them. I needed something, and they got it for me.
Yes, but anything that the guard would be interested in investigating.
They weren't special in any way. I doubt the guard have put too much thought into it, although you did kill several of them.
I mean, were they with the sort of people who this could happen to them at any point?
Well, you decide. You took a look at them. Do they look like the upstanding sort?
Excellent. So, if you could just help us get the guard off of our trail a little bit.
Right, of course. And what is your name, child?
Name's-
And he gives her sort of a knowing look. But he doesn't seem...
Okay. She's again. By the way, you don't get your handkerchief back. She doesn't hand it back to you. She sort of like pockets it.
Okay.
And I'm not allowed to give things back. It's Road of Sin
fine.
material game.
Material
She looks up and she still, because she doesn't know your
Yeah,
kindred, says you know, timidly, she says Nadia, Gottlieb, we just came over the channel.
My
Gottlieb.
name's Bartel, yours?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see. You should get moving before the guard shows up.
How dare you
regardless.
interrupt me, motherfucker?
You notice as you've been talking, you noticed at first when the fight ended there were 90 people staring at you. Obviously, crowded street, docks, people flowing in. Quite a large crowd. That crowd has dissipated to 33 people, and you have no idea. Obviously, you can tell that some of them may have gone to the authorities, and very
Okay.
quickly.
I suppose this chatter can wait. Come, my dear, let us get to a safer place than this. And I just start walking, paying absolutely no mind to the other two.
Is this just like
Bartel will
directed
shrug.
at
He's used
me?
to this.
Okay,
It's
all
directed
right.
at Nadia, yeah.
Nadia's, you know, puffed up with self-importance at this point. Follows along like, of course, if Mr. Fancy Person wants to take an interest, I'm totally fine with that. She looks like a street urchin at this point with all the dirt
Yeah.
she's got all over her.
Bartel will shrug. He's used to being ignored by fancy people. He'll just go with.
Oh, yeah.
By
I mean-
all the fancy people.
Don't be surprised.
He's not. He really isn't.
Rack, could you leave the initiative up even if we're not using it, just because it fills a frame? And
Yeah, that's no problem.
Oh, yeah, the initiative.
Thanks. Okay. So we head off wherever you're leading us. I assume Nadia will follow you, puffed up with self-importance, like I said, feeling like she might get a chance to use her fancy manners. Though she still thinks you're immortal, so she's trying to play it off as 10.
Oh, yeah. That's fine. That's fine. I'm going to a little bit farther into town, into one of the, I guess, relatively nicer places to stay.
Okay.
While going, I'll just like keep an eye out for Lucius to wave him over if we see him.
Yeah, just a place to sit down and talk more than stay for the day.
Lucius is just like off somewhere, like
Yeah,
"Ta-da!"
he went somewhere. Just
Oh, yeah,
I'm
he
keeping
went
an eye
off.
out for him.
Okay, so you're basically heading to like a tavern or
Essentially, yeah. But
someplace
not
you
the
can basically-
dock one, a little bit farther.
like
yeah.
like a swanky one.
towards the center of town.
Moderately swanky, yes.
Moderately swanky.
Only moderately
I don't wanna go that too
swanky,
far into
please.
London.
Okay.
Yeah.
You find the tavern of the bridled sage.
Fancy.
Sage meaning horse.
I was gonna say the bridled sage, like they're riding old
Like not
wise men.
actually a sage, like an old hermit guy. Like
Onward, prophet.
so.
Rain runs off.
Bridal
Forward.
Rakvasha.
So basically, as you walk in, there's about 12 patrons throughout the tavern as it is. There's somewhat of a portly keeper behind the bar.
Portly keeper.
He seems to be doling. Yeah, always portly. And he's doling out drinks right and left. I mean, these guys are currently in a drinking competition, which you could tell by the numerous amounts of cups that are sitting there and the yelling that is going on.
I wrinkle my nose. Ugh.
So, there seems to be about 5 or 6 tables that are open towards the back, if that's where we're looking to go. But there
Yeah,
are
definitely.
numerous tables throughout the whole place that are open. So
Bartel will take a look at the contest just to gauge who's winning.
Mizoku doesn't give a shit.
Bartel's used to these drinking games.
I'm gonna lead them to a table farther away from the guests.
there's one man that is currently down to 8 glasses, and another man who's only down 2.
Yeah, pretty easy to tell who's winning.
Well,
You hear the chanting of a name, Lenny.
Oh, Lenny.
Lenny.
They're like Lenny.
Cool.
But that's basically all you can tell about the situation.
And just follow this fancy person who I still don't have the name of.
Yep. Well, yeah, I haven't told you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have.
When we get there,
So-
he pulls out a chair for Nadia first, and then sits down. After.
Nadia does her usual sort of like sit down on the chair that is slightly too tall for her to reach the ground on, so she has to sort
Yeah.
of like boost herself up onto it, and
And yeah, he pushes it in.
and she's like feeling pretty good about the sort of very mannered way she's being treated here, feeling very like self-important. She says, well, thank you, sir, and puts her hands, underneath, folded on her lap, very politely, sort of waiting to see what this is all about and keeping up the appearances here. Because Bartel and Mizoku are nearby. You try a thing and you're getting your face cut off. Which is
Essentially,
Bartel's,
yes.
Like,
Like
pull
her,
a chair out, just like sit down, like really relaxed, not even etiquette at all.
Mizoku, same thing. Sits down. Fuck it.
Just like whatever.
Actually, he turns the chair around and puts his hands.
oh no.
Oh my
chair.
god. I give them a look, but I don't say anything, and I take the remaining seat.
We need Lucius here. He's got the manners to fucking
I know.
manner this shit.
He's got all the etiquette.
I got an etiquette
Hey,
of
my
3.
guy's
Let's
got
do
etiquette
this.
too. It's just he's not
He's
bothered
got
to use it
etiquette
right
at
now.
3.
He has.
Yeah, I got
Etiquette of
etiquette
three.
of 3. I got etiquette 3.
Dude, Percival Braidway.
He's
very
he's
fancy.
He's a
second-
swanky dude.
Yeah. I actually
Very
put points
swanky.
into etiquette.
It doesn't matter if I have etiquette or not. I have acting 3. I could fake it.
Anyway, continuing.
Continuing. So, obviously, no one really knows, since Lucius currently isn't there, no one really knows that Percival is anything but a noble person.
Yep.
And obviously she has inklings. And I will leave it at that. If you guys want to do some RP real quick.
course.
And then I have something for Percival afterwards.
Oh, this will be fun. Another errand. Okay. So he sets the book on the table, obviously, and keeping a hand on it at all times. And then turns to Nadia and says, "So I take it these friends of yours are of the same sort?"
She sort of looks confused, or feigns.
Martel will look up at that.
Feigns confusion and says so.
Because he
What do you
pulled
mean?
his book out and just started reading.
My dear, I know a Cappadocian when I see one.
She immediately turns from innocent 10-year-old clueless to pointedly this face right here.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, you do you? Well, how very fortunate for you. And who may I be talking to?
Sorry, choked.
Nice name.
He grins, kind of sits a bit taller than normal, and goes, "Well, I am Percival Braidway the Second. Ventrue."
And
You should meet our friend. He seems a lot like you.
And you have some influence around here, I take it?
You could say that. First little joking away. Out of character, I did. Yes, you could say that. There is there is a wide reach that I take advantage of from time to time.
That doesn't sound like you have that doesn't sound like you have influence. That sounds like you're pretending you have influence. Now, I of course have already introduced myself and our group here, Bartel and Mizoku, really gesturing to them, to each side, and one other who's run off somewhere.
Bardell will put his hand out like across the table to shake Percival's hand if he wants to, just like
He doesn't.
hold it there.
He doesn't.
Mizoku just kind of nods at the guy.
I don't.
Yes, I had-
Fair enough.
And so you've brought us here to talk about something. You obviously spotted me the moment I stepped off the boat and caused the little scene that we had. What exactly, do you need from us?
Well, Miss Gottlieb, you're German, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, he folds his hands. You're no longer in Germany, and any influence you have over there doesn't so much apply in England. So you're a little out of your element, and scenes like that don't go over well if they happen again and again. So...
Oh, we're just here visiting some friends.
Scenes like that don't go over well anywhere, to be honest. She really needs to learn to restrain herself.
And you don't. I saw both of you step in as soon as the man went to hit this fine lady. Well, I'm not going to say child.
She
He
seems
hesitates.
to appreciate the sidestepping of certain phrases.
Yeah.
She caused it, though. I'm not gonna let somebody that is on my general side be attacked without repercussions, but I'm not I'm not gonna go causing more fights.
Well, you, sir, seem to lack tact and restraint. That is what is needed in a city such as London, and I advise you to learn it.
If I lack tact, then what does she have?
At least I comport myself with some manners.
Why have
She's
manners in a
correct.
tavern?
She looks over at Mizoku, who's like putting his finger in his ear. He has etiquette 1. He knows how to use silverware. That's about it.
This is a fork. Okay, let's see. So, you say she lacks tact and restraint, but I'm assuming you know what she looks like as she is sitting right here. Do you believe she can pull off innocence more than, say, your dirty self?
I never look innocent. Nobody in this age who has reached this
I am the absolute pinnacle of
time.
innocence.
pinnacle of innocence.
Mizoku's
You can
gonna
act it.
chuckle to himself a little bit. to
You
that.
can act it, but you're nothing if innocent.
She has an advantage, something you do not, and you have to learn to play with it.
Nadia seems to be enjoying the fact that she's being, like, basically complimented for fucking things over.
Exactly.
She totally just, like, took a stab at screwing things over, and Percival is like, she did it right. You fucked it up.
Would you rather have had us let him bitch slapped her?
Nadia hasn't mentioned she's the prince of a region, has she?
And no.
Not yet, no.
Mizoku,
Right on.
Mizoku, to be completely honest, it would have been better to let her just get hit. It would have drawn a lot less attention, though.
I don't let anyone hit my own.
The incident would have been solved, and you would have walked away without a scene.
It's
Now,
okay. We walked
that
away.
sucks.
There's a little bit of leftovers, but nothing we couldn't handle.
By the way,
Leftovers.
Mizoku's on 5 blood. He's a little on edge. Like if you fuck with him,
Do you want me to
He
roll
might-
perception awareness to see
he
if I
might
notice
attack
anyone
you.
listening?
Nadia, roll perception alertness. You seem to be the more alert one of the group. Okay.
2.
Go ahead and describe what Elf sees.
So about 2 tables over, you see this roguish, quite roguish guy. He's wearing like leather armor. He has a odd like white face mask, like covering his face. It looks like human enough, but you can tell there's like no holes where the mouth is or anything like that. Just eye holes. And he's sitting there playing with, like, he's got about 5 coins. He's got 3 of them in a stack, and he's using a dagger trying to flip the coins onto the stack, seeing how many he could get, and his cup is, like, upside down beside it.
So he's basically like playing Pogs, like by himself.
Yeah,
on
kind
the
yeah. But you also notice he's kind of leaning forward as if he's might be listening in a little bit on what you guys are talking about.
Okay, and I can tell this, like that you're listening in,
Yes.
or that this person
Yeah.
is listening in. I don't.
Yes.
Yep. You can see that he's
Nadia's
glancing over.
going to while the others are talking like to each other. You know, Bartel and Percival are having whatever argument they're having, and
Yeah.
he's like cleaning the.
It's always an argument.
You know, cleaning
It's
the
always going
earwax
to be.
out of his ear. Nadia's going to lean forward on the table a little bit, which looks funny because she's short, so she's kind of like, you know, this. And she goes, "That person over there seems to be paying quite a lot of attention to us." She
Don't
sort of
go
just does like
stabbing.
a little point with a finger.
Alright.
Quiet, much quieter. Don't go stabbing anyone or doing something stupid again.
I wasn't the one who stabbed anybody. I say as loud and precocious as possible.
Percival
It
just
wouldn't have
looks
been
at
the
her.
first time.
Mizoku just shrugs and goes, stabbing people is fun sometimes.
It also wouldn't have been the first time you started something with a stabbing. Now, anyway, what is? Who is it?
You are an
You can see
interesting.
him. You can see him as well as I can.
I actually imagined that Bartel was sitting like facing the opposite direction, like, so he can like look over maybe or behind him, but
Some
Chaos!
some sneaky-looking fellow. Mizoku, why don't you go and shake him up a little bit? Hmm?
I told you not to do anything stupid.
You didn't tell Mizoku not to do anything stupid. Mizoku?
You just
I would
told me
rather
to do
not
something
cause
stupid.
a scene. If you're going to,
I'm just trying to like get Mizoku to go.
yeah, if you're going to continue wrecking up the place, I believe the phrase is, I might have to have someone get involved.
I'm gonna
you
go.
have somebody you can involve, do you?
Oh, quite. He looks a little excited at that, but
Well, maybe that's somebody that we should be talking to rather than yammering here at this bar about, you know, pleasantries. I do enjoy talking to you. Don't get me wrong. It has been nothing but a pleasure associating with you. Somebody
But
who
of
shows
course.
me the proper respect. She glares at, like, Bartel.
Bartel's just gonna like look at her and just like smile back.
But if there's somebody else that we should be addressing or maybe, you know, announcing our presence to as we arrive in this particular territory, then you should direct us in that way.
It's
Yes,
about
actually.
this time that Percival notices how long it's been since she has checked in with her sire and brought the item necessary.
well, yes, it is. In fact, I believe I must get going. And if you wish to meet this person, you are welcome to follow along, but I
think...
must be taking my leave.
Oh.
Mizoku seems a little irritated and goes, I'd like to have something to eat too. Like through gritted teeth.
Well, you take care of that. I just
And
walk away.
is there somewhere specific that we should be meeting you?
we don't
castle.
exactly know where how the city's laying out.
Well, we are.
Go into the
What?
castle.
I can't
You
say
know-
I've been here before.
Okay.
The islands are not exactly my favorite place.
Well, when you go outside, You see that big castle?
Oh,
That one.
That one. Not the one next to it.
we will
that
present
one.
ourselves as soon as we find the fourth member of our group who has wandered off.
So, while
Be sure to
while,
find him.
while you're kind of discussing
See
the
ya,
like,
Mercy.
I need to come and leave, whatever. This roguish guy has like gotten up and he is like left the bar.
Okay. I'm just guessing this is you in disguise. Or
Like he's
some shit.
actually, yeah, he's actually like leaning against like the outside wall, just out past the door.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
So basically, as you walk out, you're going to notice that he is stationed there, so to
Okay.
speak.
I pretend to ignore him. However, I do keep an eye as I'm going to the castle if he is following me. So I'm just
Because assassins.
yeah, because assassins.
'Cause assassins.
Assassins are
Assassins
Yeah,
are awesome.
They're things.
they're tough stuff. And yeah, assassins are bad
Cause assassins.
because 3-point enemy.
You know, as Percival leaves.
Yes, 3-point enemy.
3-point enemy.
As
just
Percival
kind of
leaves,
watches you
just
do.
like standing up. We should go looking for Lucius and see where he ran off to.
Lucius is an entertainer. Where do you think he ran off to? He'll be coming
Do you
to
know
a
the city
tavern-
of London?
No, that's why I don't want to go running around in it like an idiot. This is a tavern. He'll show up here eventually.
There's multiple taverns in London. Who's to
He'll
say
show
he'll
up here.
show up at this one?
He'll show up here with a loot.
He'll move from one to
I
the
have
other.
arrived.
And how long
Yeah.
do you think that'll take?
There's a
Rakvasha, what
lot of
time is
people
it?
Well,
drinking
let's
over there, right?
Let's see, Bartel.
Rakvasha, what time is it right
How
now?
much do you know about
fine.
the city of London?
Okay. Probably about as much as you.
So your plan, and let me just make sure that I have this completely straight. Your plan is go out into the street, walk around somewhere until we run into Lucius. This sounds like a brilliant plan. I am so
just
on
gonna, like-
board with this.
Or, and I'm just gonna like look up a little bit, we could walk around the town, look for Lucius, and if it gets too late, head to the castle.
Yeah, we could do that. You're right.
Yeah, we could.
Feel free to do that.
I will.
I'm gonna stay here.
You want to... Mizoku, are you staying here?
I'm gonna see if I can't eat one of these drunk guys.
Right, and with that, I
Oh,
will be
God.
leaving. Guessing on what happened when we were in Berlin, I am not staying here for that. Bartel will stand up and just go to look for Lucius, and we'll head to the castle as it like gets a few hours. so-
Mizoka's gonna look down at Nadia and go, "Why don't you call your little friend?"
Oh, I don't actually know if he came along with us.
Knowing who he is, he probably did.
I don't really call him so much as he just shows up. She's sort of like looking over her shoulder to see if Mark is like around anywhere.
You do not see him.
And she sort of settles in to the table that they're at, like confident in her plan being better than Bartel's. She says, "You're hungry, right, Mazoku? Well,
Yes.
don't you think it would be easier to maybe get somebody to go up to a room with you than get one of those drunk guys? And wouldn't the alcohol be kind of nasty anyway, and bloodstream and stuff?"
Is Lagoris still there when I walk outside of the building?
Yep.
Okay. I'll
He
just
is
notice
like
him
just
then.
leaning.
I'll just notice him then and, head off in a random direction to look for Lucius.
Well, he's actually gonna stop you, but let
Oh, okay.
Phoenix and
Yeah,
Elf do their RP first. We'll
Can
let
I
them-
look around to see if there's a whore in the place?
There is no whore. This place is swanky.
This place is swanky.
and this is is this a tavern or an inn, or is it a tavern inn?
Tavern. Just a tavern.
Okay.
All right. Well, Mizoku's gonna go upstairs then, and just
There's
like
no
There's no
upstairs.
upstairs.
It's a,
It's
it's a
just-
single
No,
level.
that's
It's
why-
just a
That's
tavern.
why I asked.
Literally,
just a tavern.
It's just like a yeah.
All right. Well, Mizoku's just gonna sit in the fucking seat and wait then.
Okay.
Nadia plans the best plan.
Sitting around
Right.
doing nothing.
Hey,
Oh.
she has little legs, man. It takes her a lot more effort to walk around the whole city than it does Bartel.
So Bartel is walking outside, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Pig, you're gonna see him as he walks out, but you're gonna notice that Nadia and Mizoku are not with him.
So, Legoras kind of noticing you walking out, loud enough so you could hear. Looks like the Bruja is here.
Oh, so you know what I am.
Indeed, I do.
Why are you listening into us? Like Bartel turns to look at him.
People
You
think-
see, that is my job.
Straightforward.
Bartel's a straightforward kind of guy.
I make my coin, gathering information, passing it on to others, trading in secrets, sometimes removing obstacles that need to be removed.
Okay, and why us?
Well, you see, my master has given me a task.
And who
Odd
is
to call
that?
him master. The pompous, arrogant bastard known as Lucius. A debt is owed, and a debt is owed.
Right, Lucis. Speaking of him, do you know where he is?
That I would, actually.
Ah, good. Need to know where he ran off to.
Well, you see, he always tends to go where nobility is. So obviously he's headed towards the castle. Last
yes.
I spoke to him, he said he had some urgent news. An urgent mission, I guess, for himself. Some news for us. Something about a incoherency with possibly the Crusades. Some unhappy nobility in Europe that doesn't seem to take kindly to the odd leadership choices that happen around here. So he is investigating. Thus is why I'm here. You know,
Be right back,
his shadow per se.
Alright, fair enough. I hope that means you won't be giving this information to anyone that I would need to be worried about.
Only those who pay the highest coin.
And Lucius pays well then, or do you just owe him something more?
There was a rather unpleasant mishap in Rome that, well, let's say several people wanted my life, and he was a good distraction.
I see. Well, I have no idea where he would have went in the castle, but I'll grab the others then if we know where he's going. It appears my plan did work. Look at that. Are you going to be heading somewhere? Could you lead us towards the castle if you know the city in general?
Well, that I don't know. I'm not too familiar with the city, as it's very new to myself. I usually stay in Italy.
Well, no problem then. I'll just go grab the other two and we'll head to go find Lucius. Thanks, though. Just if you do end up giving the information of what we are in general, I would hate to have to attempt to kill you.
Well,
Lots of work and such.
No intention of trading any of your secrets. I've actually been instructed to quite the contrary, to aid you in what you want.
Well, that's better than I could have hoped for, then.
Well, okay.
Good enough, whatever.
Sure, guy I
Bartel's
have
not-
no proof has anything to do with anything
Well, what is
that
he
I'm
gonna
doing.
do? Stab the guy in the
exactly.
middle of the town?
He's already done that once.
I would,
Not
but I'm
again.
also crazy.
You're
so
crazy.
fucked
Bartel
up, yeah.
isn't. He's not going to draw more attention to himself. He'll
I
try
love
and
it.
get less attention on himself.
I just love this campaign so much.
Are you going to be going anywhere?
No, not anywhere in particular. But I believe your best option at the moment would be to follow your fancy-looking friend to the castle.
It would. Then I'll walk back inside, go back to the table with Nadia at it. Hello again.
Oh,
Hello
sick-
again.
Oh, you're sick of walking. You're sick of walking around already? That didn't take very long.
Actually, I know where Lucius is already.
And where's that?
Apparently he's headed towards the castle, which honestly shouldn't have been much of a surprise.
Who's been talking to you about Lucius?
You know the person outside is listening to
Oh,
us. Wish
You know
I-
this guy I found.
The crazy guy outside.
a person. I can see we've been keeping track of our contacts quite well, haven't
The
we?
roguish person, Legoras, you said his name was? I don't suppose you would have met him. I honestly have no idea who he was, but
we're heading to the castle anyways, are we not?
I mean,
True.
we are,
Right.
Stranger shit has happened. We did make
but
deals with Asamites.
I'm not sure that I'm like super comfy with random guy who's like, "Hey, vampire."
Okay, let me ask you this: do you want to?
Well, I did the same.
Yeah, but you're a player character. I'm okay with
Yeah,
that.
I know, but I'm also a vampire, so it works out.
Do you want to go walking around the town looking for Lucius, or you could stay in here through the day?
No. We'll go to the castle. I'm
Excellent.
whatever.
And if it does turn out to be a trap, we would have been trapped in a few hours anyway when we went there.
You are correct.
So basically, as you head out, Legoris tags along with you, and basically, you're gonna head straight towards the castle. You've been directed to switching maps.
You've been directed to switching maps. What?
Oh, these fuckers again.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything.
I
happen.
wish. It was the castle with the.
You have now entered a.
Kane!
You've entered a courtyard for the castle. Basically, it's like the way the castle opens up is it has an original courtyard.
Has everybody else's map changed? Because
Yeah.
Yep.
mine hasn't.
We're on a grass
Yeah, it
something
changed.
or other.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Kane, my friend.
So basically, you've entered the castle courtyard. The castle actually leads from the courtyard into towards the throne room. So the courtyard is basically just on the outside of the castle. It's where commoners would come to plead with the king for things.
Nadia's, entering castle grounds. Nadia's feeling a little underdressed and a little dirty. This is not a place to look like a street urchin, and falling to your knees in the middle of a dockyard street and bawling your eyes out generally does that. So, she's not super tidy. But she's like trying to brush her hair out and presenting herself a little better as they enter.
Hello there.
If
And
Bartel
Mizoku-
cared about looking presentable, maybe he would.
Mizoku bows to this chick who he has no idea who she is,
Okay.
but just bows.
As you're walking up, Percival immediately recognizes this as Avelina Fitch, her sire. The person who has been basically training her in the aristocratic arts for all of her undead life.
Oh yes, training.
The aristocratic arts.
Yeah. I immediately walk up, smile on my face, and first of all, offer her the book.
Ah, you foolish child. What's taken you so long? You had a meeting with the king hours ago.
My apologies, my lady. There was a bit of a toss-up at the docks. They tried to charge me double of what the shipment was worth, and they were taken care of, to say
Pay
the
them
least.
whatever they want. It is not polite to leave royalty sitting. You know
My
this.
deepest
I've told you this
apologies.
many times.
He looks a little...
You're lucky I have kept them entertained for this amount of time. And what is with this ruffian group you're currently with? I don't understand you anymore.
We were invited
Oh.
by the king.
Them. I give them all looks, except for Nadia.
Yay!
They are new here. They caused a little bit of a scene on the docks, and I thought you might wish to address them. Let them know the rules around here.
Nadia
Can I
has...
see Kane at the end of the courtyard?
Yeah, can we see Kane?
Yes, you actually see him standing there with an unfamiliar lady.
Nadia has sort of shifted as much as she can to sort of while she's doing her whole, trying to look a little bit more presentable, to stand behind whoever's nearby, just to not be in view of
Mizoku,
courtly
so-
presences.
Blares daggers into Mizoku's back as he just walks off.
We were
Evelina looking very displeased that someone would walk away from her, obviously.
We were asked to come here by somebody who was supposedly sent by him.
Speak when
like
you are
Gabe towards
spoken
the king.
to, brute.
Brute. I should keep track of how many times I hear that. Anyway, we were asked to come here by him.
he helped us get here, so I'll be on my way.
You
Well-
stay right here.
He walks off.
He just
Percival
doesn't
looks
give a fuck.
absolutely infuriated right now.
Nadia,
And he just,
I'm
yeah.
telling you, the common rabble that you have been hanging with these days, they don't even know their manners to stay put in front of nobles.
Nadia is going to kind of step out from sort of lagging behind Percival and give the politest, sort of like formal curtsy she can muster to this woman in front of her who is clearly like powerful in her own right, you know what I mean? And say like, hey, it's a pleasure to meet you, like as timidly as possible, sort of just trying to like assuage the rage.
She takes like one look at your well-traveled garments, patched and not so much of nobler antiquities, and immediately says, "I wish I could say the pleasure was mine, but by the looks of you, just another commoner."
They spent a while on a boat, I do believe, getting here, so they might have brushed up against some rather unsavory folk.
Nadia's going to do her
Yeah.
best not to glare daggers at this woman at this point. Like, she's trying really hard to, like, keep the polite face.
At the,
Percival is surprisingly submissive at this point.
at the mentioning of rubbing up against people who are a little unsavory, she noticeably cringes at the thought, as if she herself had like rubbed up against some nasty sweaty sailor with dirt on his trousers kind of thing. She's like, "Ugh, don't even mention such things. Ugh. Come now, child, we must attend this meeting."
Yes, of course, my dear.
She starts, walking off towards, what you would know as Elijah, the new king of England.
Nadia is gonna,
Elijah.
like, look sidelong at
Elijah.
Legoris and be like, we should probably go over there.
He kind of like his mask turns back towards you, and he kind of like, this lady who didn't even like acknowledge him even being there, he kind of like shrugs. He's like, whatever.
Alright, so I'll get out of here.
I was trying to
Mizoku-
notice the new
He's
move.
like, I'm used to being invisible most of the time, so yeah, whatever.
Mizoku bows in front of Kane. Hello, my friend. It's been a while.
Elijah, Kane. What do you
He's
want us to call
Elijah, he's not Kane.
Let's call him Elijah then.
I didn't call
Yeah.
him Kane. I just said
No,
my
he
friend.
said he bows in front of what he
Yeah.
knows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He just says it's been a while, my friend. Avelina looking at you as if, how could such rabble as you know, the new king of England?
That's what I do too.
And she deeply bows in front of Cain, or Elijah, showing her greatest respects. Basically, outstretched hand, almost meeting the ground as she curtsies. Like, it is probably the deepest curtsy you have seen in your whole entire life, like etiquette 10 style.
Oh yeah, I bow
no.
deeply as well, flourishing like,
The hand flourish.
exactly, immediately,
The little,
infinite respect. Yeah,
At least I bowed.
whatever etiquette 3 will get me.
And Cain, noticing such things, the etiquette that they have, speaks softly to them and says, "Rise, child. There's no need for such deep respect here. We are all people of this plane, are we not? Of these times and this, general period."
That one got away from you, I think.
Yeah, a little bit.
I know that feeling too.
Yeah,
But
of course,
no.
but kindred must know their place.
Are you saying that to him?
I'm saying that. No, I'm saying that referring to me.
Oh.
Must know their place, like why I bowed, and then I give Mizoku and Bartel like the nastiest look.
I bowed, bitch. Don't talk about me.
Yeah, they bowed ahead of you, although not so
Not as-
fancily.
They walked past my sire.
that is true.
We don't
Which
know.
is not a care of mine.
And Elijah looks towards Evelyn and says, "So this is the one you've been talking about. What was the name again? Percival, I believe."
Yes, that is correct. Percival Braidway the second.
Because the first died of annoyance.
Oh yeah.
I've heard many good things from Abelina here about your upbringing and nature towards the political arts.
Oh, but I would hope.
Well then, I would like to talk to you about such things and maybe about your taking up the right as a more noble person of these streets.
He
Nothing.
Well, he obviously looks very pleased. However, he casts a suspicious glance at Avelina before taking a little step forward and goes, "Of course, it would be my pleasure to speak with you about these matters."
And thank you for this pleasurable meeting, Avelina. I will definitely send a courier to speak to you later. And with that, he dismisses her, and she runs off into hurriedly picking up her dress and excusing herself from the courtyard. This is a little less uptight of a meeting. How have you been, Miss Nadia Gottlieb? Obviously addressing you first, as you were the last leader.
She's sort of standing back a little bit, not wanting to get super entangled, but as of course she is addressed, she'll step forward a little bit, do her little, sort of nod, curtsy deal, and say, "How have I been? Well, it's been a fairly trying journey. Coming across the channel is not my favorite thing ever. But otherwise, just fine."
Ah, that's good to hear. I don't believe you have met my wife. And he points over to the lady by his side. She, takes a rather courtly bow, curtsy towards you, of course.
Oh, Fred,
This
she's
is-
rather beautiful. I could see why you'd want to bring her back.
Can I bow and do the whole kiss the back of the hand thing?
Yes, yes you
Okay,
can.
that's exactly what I do.
Percival OP etiquette.
She seems very pleased that you would, go so far as to show her that respect.
What I want to know is, where is Lucius?
This is perfect.
Where is Lucius? So basically, he points out, this is my wife, Zilla. Actually, she was one of the first embraced, which Percival would probably perk up at that.
Yeah,
Not
I'm confused, but it doesn't click. But he doesn't say
So-
anything about it.
It's quite a title indeed.
It's very nice to meet you.
She doesn't really say anything. However, you can tell that at the mention of being the wife, she kind of gives like a sideways glance at him.
Okay.
Anyway, you sent for us. Thank
Yes,
you for that, by the way. Saved us
Sorry.
from a bit of trouble.
yes. Things have sort of gotten away from me in the city. I don't wish to show my true intentions, especially so quickly after assuming the throne. And there's a small matter I would like you guys to take care of. A certain organization has sprung up in our streets.
Do they happen to use a blue cross as their insignia?
I have seen quite a few of them with this, actually. I don't believe I recall the name they have used. However, they've kept their whereabouts quite secretive.
Well, if you wish them eliminated, consider it done, Your Grace.
Eliminated? Not so much. However, I do wish to know their true intentions. If elimination is the only way of quelling this matter, then so be it, however.
Right, what have they done so far?
They have readily struck out against my newfound rule, believing that anyone who steps into a position of nobility should first use the proper channels, and seeing as how the king has recently stepped down for me to take his stead, it has caused, somewhat of an uprising.
Right, well, if you needed us to find out what they're up to and possibly eliminate them, we'll do our best, I suppose.
I've seen them hang around a lot by the docks. However, I'm not quite sure if their hideout, should you say, is in that area or not.
I don't think that these people, looking pointedly at, the not Nadias, and essentially, goes, I'm not sure if these people will be welcome at the docks again if they were recognized. There was a bit of a bloodbath, I guess you could say.
You see, my friend, somebody tried to hurt little Nadia and then threw a throwing knife at me. So, took care of
Which
him.
was, on the whole, her fault, to be fully honest. But
Let's not push blame. Blood is blood.
Nadia's gonna take just a moment to scowl at Bartel.
I roll my eyes really hard.
regardless, there was a bit of an incident there. I'm not sure quite what they were exactly, though I have suspicions they weren't exactly legal sailors. But they ended up cut into a few pieces.
They tried to kill me first.
He, not really caring so much that Mizoku had the hell beaten out of him. Obviously, you being, like, the brute of the group, he assumes that you can
you get the shit kicked out of you all the time.
That you can take quite a mangling and not really feel it.
Oh, I wasn't complaining that I got the shit kicked out of me. I don't care.
But he looks to Nadi and he says, I'm deeply sorry that you've been attacked in such a way, and is there any way I could compensate for such roughhousing at the docks?
Nadia seems to tries to look, gracious, but it's clear that inside her head she's like, compensation. She looks down and then she realizes how she appears at the moment, and she's like, well, my clothes were just ruined, and I take pride in my appearance and how I come off to everyone else. Something, nice would be good. Some time to bathe, maybe, and something nice to wear.
I think that could be arranged.
Okay.
However,
Material gain.
I do believe that all will have to wait. Seeing as how your stature is not quite those of anyone in the castle currently, we will have to have a dress specially made for you.
If I may ask, could we have something to eat before we head out? We just got here, across the water.
I don't know what you mean. Obviously thinking you mean food.
I'm very
Starved
thirsty.
yourselves along the way?
No, just getting on a boat tends to make it if anyone goes missing or ends up with a little bit more woozy, people tend to notice in closed spaces.
You are not the brightest candle on the altar, are you?
Could say the same for you.
No, he's not.
I'm gonna look at him and go, no, I'm not either. I don't care to be. If I was the brightest, I'd be too bright and people would notice. I like to be a little dim.
Yes.
He goes, gangrel! Gangrel!
I'm gonna be honest with you, if I was the brightest, I would be worried for the sake of everyone.
As would I.
Kane, obviously, more in tune with what you're getting
Did
at.
somebody just start music? Was that you, Rek?
I don't hear anything, so it's probably you.
I don't know why I'm suddenly hearing music. What the fuck? Oh, Twitch has started doing these unmutable adverts. I don't know if you guys have come across this yet, but they're just unmutable. So I refreshed the
block.
stream and then it came.
Ad block.
I don't have those
Sorry, go ahead.
because I turbo, bro.
Yeah. Indeed.
Anyway,
Ad block.
Kane, obviously, realizing what you mean, says, I'm afraid I can't actually help you with that. You see, Zilla and I actually do not partake of human blood.
Oh.
And we have currently no actual servants within the castle. As I said, it's caused quite an uprising, and I've had to keep only the closest guard in there. And I don't believe you would care for any of their specialized blood types.
Nadia's going to wander over to just next to Mizoku, sort of behind him, and just get his attention with a little clothing tug at the sleeve, and say, "You could get something along the way."
A bite
Is
to
it-
eat.
It isn't much to worry about if you can't help us with that. We'll try and find something before we get into any trouble, hopefully. But
Oh.
thank you again.
Before anything, though, I'd like to shake the hand of a newfound king and friend.
Could I roll Wits in Occult on the name Zilla? Because
Oh,
I might
yeah,
recognize
definitely.
that. Okay.
Should I
Okay.
roll that too? Or
Okay.
I mean, you guys already know.
Diff,
well, yeah,
is it
but-
easier or harder or normal? Because it's Zilla, but I want to roll it because Percival might not know.
We'll go 7. A little bit
Okay.
harder just because it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time and. Nope. Okay. That's fine.
Okay.
He's just acting
For
normally.
who
then.
dis?
Who dis? Yeah.
Udis.
The name sounds familiar, however, you can't bring any person to mind.
All right. All right.
Who dis?
Canceling
dis?
out my successes.
Percival.
That's the best way to do it. Oh
So-
man, if
Yeah.
that would have been a 6, you would have got it.
So Nadia's going to,
Yeah.
you know,
You don't know, but Lucius knows everything.
Nadia's
Knows all.
Nadia's going to
I can do
address Elijah again.
Does he
and
shake my
say-
hand?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Sorry.
Does he shake my hand?
He kind of. Hold on.
We were good friends before. He can't act like a douche now. Come on.
Yeah, he takes your hand kind of uneasily. He's had somewhat of a rough time lately, but he uneasily takes your hand and does what he considers a handshake.
Last time he shook somebody's hand, he got his arm ripped off.
Yeah. Guy's arm.
Just
Oh yeah, I
want
should
to-
roll strength. Hold on.
Phoenix roll a strength check or have your arm ripped
Uh,
off.
Okay, I rolled his strength check and no.
He has a lot of ones in there actually.
Yeah, I think you're good actually.
You're good.
like usual, like
He's
usual, my
probably
friend.
not.
There's a ton of 9s though, but it's okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's lots of ones.
If you need any help, just call on me. I will obviously do what you asked of me today.
I mean, that would be preferable that is done first, but as always, I know who to go to if I need a little more subtle things handled. And he
I also
he kind of looks at Mizoku when he says subtle, and he's just like, subtle.
Sir Percival,
Wish
will you
consult
be
someone else. We're not exactly very good
will
at that.
you
We'll
be
do our
joining
best.
us in this investigation?
If His Grace wishes it, then I would be glad to accompany you.
no, you wouldn't.
I would actually like that very much. It may take someone of your particular talents for this
Of course.
to make the negotiations go more smoothly.
I can imagine.
Lagoras is just like standing off to the side, like
Yep.
Now you,
Listening.
You wish to speak to me in private about something?
Oh,
Eyebrows raised.
Sorry.
I do.
No, what
Sorry.
the fuck?
I was worrying about something else. Actually, that can wait until after these matters are taken care of. I currently have other, and he stops mid-sentence, and he looks past Nadia to what Nadia would know as Mark,
Oh yeah.
and immediately has somewhat of a scowl on his face. You can tell he's very displeased to see Mark.
Oh, there he is.
Oh,
Burning
yeah,
look.
there he is.
Oh, I don't like him either.
We're all displeased. Let's kill him now.
No, we're not. Shut up.
I
I like
turned-
Mark.
We
I
got
turned-
Kate backing us up. We got fucking Mizoku Mao. We're going doing this.
I look very confused, and I kind of turn to look at whoever this.
Yeah,
Kid
Nadia
is.
seeing the expression on Elijah's face, turns around to look over her shoulder and sees Mark there.
I'm guessing you know our friend Mark.
I wouldn't call him a friend.
And she sort of like steps away from the group, with a curtsy sort of respect towards Elijah, and walks towards Mark to talk to him.
If I may ask, why the scowl? Precisely.
I think our discussions are done for today. And with
Fair
that,
enough.
he turns his back to you, and him and Zilla start, walking away.
Have a
and they
good
walk
one, my
through
friend. Remember, you
walk-
promised me a lunch sometime.
He
They
also
walk through the
doesn't
through the
seem
door
to
towards
like-
the
Looks
castle.
appalled.
He also doesn't seem to like Nadia's friend there.
Oh well.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
Nadia
well.
approaches Mark and says, "Mark, I had no idea that you'd come along with us across the channel."
Hold on.
He's like, I could teleport, bitch. What the fuck is your problem?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm gonna need to move it for a second.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
you
yeah,
can
it stays
move
the
it.
same
That's fine.
on Elf's
Yeah.
screen.
It should say the same on mine.
It does.
Okay. That's good! Okay, I can move it wherever I want then. Get out of here.
Yeah.
As
I
long
was
as-
like, I
as
don't
long
want to
as you
ruin the
don't-
frame.
As long as you don't actually close it, we'll be fine.
Yeah, we're good. Like, I didn't want to, I couldn't zoom out, that whole time, because it would just keep scrolling over the turn order.
Ah,
I'm sure you've had that happen before.
I have.
It sucks. Mark kind of looks at you and he says to you kind of quietly, he says, why are you talking to him?
Well, she steps forward so that she can make that, personable contact that keeps Mark happy, and generally, from getting upset. That sort of hand-holding contact, She says, well, he wished to speak to me and my group here, so we thought it best if we just listen, at least, to what he had to say.
He's
And
dangerous.
now we're going to do something to help him out.
He's too dangerous for you to hang out with him. You have to leave him be.
And have his people hunt us down. I kind of like the guy. I'm gonna be honest with you.
He shoots Bartel most evil look that you've seen him give. It makes you shudder, just with a glance. It's
Woo!
you just it's one of those
Nadia,
looks.
sort of pats his hand in hers and says, don't worry, I won't do anything that's too dangerous, nothing that I can't handle, and nothing that my friends can handle, and I'm sure you're always looking out for me.
He almost grimaces at the fact that you wouldn't take his advice. But he seems to be okay with it. He's still worried for your safety, but at the same time, he feels like he may be able to protect you should it go down the wrong path.
Okay.
I want to see this kid in
Yeah.
fight. I want to know how this is gonna happen.
Magic.
Kane would
wheel,
probably kick his
bastard.
ass, but
If
So
he didn't, something's wrong.
she smiles and says,
Unless
for
it's
now we have
Jesus.
to check out some problems down at the docks. There are men that we saw earlier wearing a certain insignia that we have to find out what they're up to. I'm sure you can help us.
Yes, I've taken the time to kind of find out where they've been going, but I just there's a lot of them. I don't want you to get hurt.
Our main priority isn't to attack them or eliminate them.
As you can see, I've surrounded myself with people who can people who can defend me and, themselves. I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, if you say so, I'll believe you. But don't do anything too outrageous.
When do I ever? Smile.
All the time.
he has at the mention of that sentence, it looks almost as if he has a slight distaste in his mouth. Like he knows that some of the things you've done in your life,
Like,
and he's just like, and he's like,
Bartel
Yeah,
audibly
that's-
said that, by the way.
he's like, yeah, that doesn't really ease my worries.
She leans in and, you know, does the whole, like, giving him a peck on the cheek, sort of like, you are my knight and protector, and I'm sure you'll keep me safe, you know, spiel.
Yeah, he obviously perks up at that, and seems ready to lead you towards where he's seen them coming in and out.
Lead on,
So
of
he-
course.
Yep, he starts to lead the way out of the courtyard, back in towards the city, towards the docks, where you may have found them before.
Okie dokie.
Okay. As they're walking, if they get far enough away from Mark, Percival's going to lean down and just whisper to Nadia, "Well played, my dear."
Obviously, being also trained in the arts of deception and awesomeness.
Nadia's going
Being trained
to
a different way.
Nadia's going to sort of, you know, lean slightly and whisper back, you know, a lady always knows when to use her charms. She may look 10, but
Well, yeah. He knows
leads-
she has some years on her.
yeah.
He leads you to a small alleyway that
It
has
says my connection to the server has been interrupted at the top.
Oh.
Oh, it's gone now.
It's
It's crumbling with the noise.
More RP.
Too bad.
Laborious
Basically-
Find a way to kill him, I
Bartel.
swear.
I'll allow you to do like some RP as you're walking if you want, but
Yeah.
he's going to lead you basically to an alleyway. It's basically just like any normal alleyway, except where you can tell there is something amiss with one of the walls.
Would I be able to get something to eat on the way there?
You could attempt to. I don't hand you food for free.
Obviously.
You're gonna see plenty of people. How you want to go about attempting this in subtlety? That's where you have to decide. Because, first of all, I'll tell you how many people you see. You see 88 people. Apparently.
88 people. Okay.
88
people.
Anybody got any suggestions? Because I don't got shit. I
Well,
just have
Bartel,
bring somebody into an
while we're
alleyway.
walking, he's going to look for somebody who is already in an alleyway, probably somebody who's drunk outside of a tavern, passed out, or got thrown out, that nobody would notice because they're back in an alleyway.
I don't need
How would you
blood.
like to
I'm
looking
I'm
for
at
food?
8. I'm fine. I don't give a shit.
I'm
Don't
at
go
8.
searching.
I'm
for
at
me.
I am
8.
too, but I mean, I might as well.
I do not needlessly waste my resources.
What resources? I don't live here. Do you want me to perception alert this, Rakvasha, or?
Unrefined to eat when you don't need to.
Yes, please.
My whole 3 dots.
And you're looking for people that are kind of off by themselves-ish?
Somebody who's like already in an alleyway for whatever reason, drunk, thrown out of a tavern, probably.
I'll allow drunk, okay. Yeah.
But they don't have to be. Just like somebody got thrown out of a tavern, maybe a bar fight or something. I'm not saying they have to be. I'm just saying, somebody who's already
You see
separated.
2 young guys in an alleyway a little bit away from you. They might obviously their voices would be audible from the street, or yells, screams, anything like that. However, to anyone walking by, they probably wouldn't pay much attention.
Should we go eat them?
Well, I'm gonna wave Mizoku over because there's 2 people. That's easier for if we have 2 vampires. So wave him over and just like nod towards the alleyway.
All right, let's nonchalantly go towards 2 young people.
Hey, ladies.
No, like they're both guys, but yeah.
Hey guys.
Hey, guys.
Hey boys. Okay. They seem to take a little bit of notice to you walking over. However, they are still engaged in their conversation.
I'm gonna be pretending to be speaking to Cody while we're going there. Like, we're not really going over there for them. We're going over there because, like, we're going past them.
Okay. I need you to roll. Actually, no. You know what? I'll roll it.
Okay.
I'm telling you to find a new place to live. I can't stand my current situation.
One of them is very wary of you guys. The other one is just kind of like, just a couple of guys coming down the alley. The other guy's
Perfectly
just like,
safe.
just like staring straight at him, like obviously, staying alert. Because I mean, you're, like 100 feet tall.
He's
Probably
7
climb
years
you.
old, just
People
like-
could probably climb you and pick coconuts. So. he's keeping his eye on you.
Delicious coconuts. Mazoku nuts.
No. Okay. So yeah. He's just like,
All right, let's bounce.
okay.
No. Drink
Roll.
old blood.
Roll strength and brawl. First of all.
I'll do that.
Since the one is wary, I'm going to still give you, the option of grappling first. Since the other guy's just like, meh. This guy.
Ah.
Ah.
Was
And which one are you attempting? Okay. You're both attempting to grapple.
Meanwhile, Nadia and Percival are just having
Yeah, both of them at the same time. Just like
Yeah,
how
we're
you
just-
fast grab bite.
time. Grab, bite, and dump.
Who wants to fail first?
They both succeed.
Well, the second guy is gonna get grappled. So Bartel, I assume your guy's gonna get grappled. However, Mr. Alertness, who with 4 successes sees the grapple incoming, like slaps your hands down. Like you go to lunge at him to grab him, and he's just like, no!
Are you kidding me?
My house.
A fucking human did that? Okay.
Denied, bitches.
All right, so what happens?
I'm gonna need initiative from you guys.
I'm just gonna continue with this like side RP. I'm
yeah,
assuming that if me and
Yeah.
Percival saw this, we're just like,
I'm
fuck
Out
that.
there.
Fuck
these
that,
fucking
yeah.
rolls.
Who are these people? What do we want from them? Nothing.
Okay. Let me add some turds. And I'll just add some turds to this map.
Literal turds.
Apparently there's no token for that one.
There's
No,
no token
just-
for turds?
Throw some servants on the map or
Put
something.
one initiative in there. Go.
Use the rose bush. I don't really.
Use the rose bush. That's our target.
Yes! I'll just use the Crusader icon.
Okay. Walked up behind them to bite.
Well, you're still grappled on the other guy.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like I'm biting. I grabbed that guy like as we were walking past. So.
Okay.
There.
Bleh.
Doing all your 2 different things with your
They let her
stuff.
just scream and alert all the people in the neighborhood.
Okay. And wow, 1 initiative? I like you. That's probably my favorite initiative when I'm GM. Okay.
Girls
Bartel,
just
you'll be
don't
going
like
first.
me right now.
Well, I mean, I'm biting the
Really?
guy, so.
Okay. Roll stack. Well, I'll allow the bite. Roll strength and brawl first. After,
I was
to see
grappling
if you can.
Okay.
These are 88 people out in the middle of the night.
Hey, this is London, bro.
It's freaking London.
It's London.
This is like as
There's
big as you
always
could get a
dudes.
city.
Okay, so you're going to bite. Gain 4 blood, and you feel a warming sensation come over your body.
Delicious warming.
Oh.
You was drunk,
Oh,
bro.
no.
I figured, but I don't really care.
Alcohol.
This warming sensation makes you want to keep drinking in excess. So
Delicious.
I'm going to make you roll your self-control in a round.
Killing bitches with bites.
Um,
Do you need me to roll that now, or?
no. This guy is going to attempt to break grapple. I need you to strengthen brawl. Difficulty of 5. I'm actually going to lower your difficulty.
Okay.
That's a freaking human.
Uh,
A drunk human.
Mm-hmm. Something like that.
4.
Yeah, you got him.
Yeah.
You're holding
Got it.
firmly. This guy is going to attempt to swing his fist at you.
Fisticuffs.
He's gonna try and fisticuffs Mizoku. I need you to roll Dex and dodge.
That is like the worst plan ever.
Well, he figures he can hit him. He's huge.
He's
Not
7
much
feet
miss.
tall. I mean,
Oh, you gotta be kidding me!
Dude,
These
really?
fucking dice don't like me, dude.
You lean into the punch, like, pow!
Okay.
Go ahead, hit me like Duncan.
Come
yeah.
at me, bro! Come at
Hit
me!
Hey man,
My-
Duncan didn't just lean into the punch. He punched himself in the face.
Yeah, he did.
All right.
strong.
Wow. Okay. You're going to take about 7 bashing. No,
Wow.
sorry, 6 bashing.
With fortitude?
Told you this fucking dice doesn't like me.
What? How does this guy have enough strength to do that?
Basically, as he's going to swing, Mizoku actually like not only takes like the punch, but then like falls down into the street. Like it was a well-timed punch, and Mizoku actually falls, and on the way down, hits his head on, like medieval trash can style. So it'd be like a dumpster made of,
Concrete.
yeah.
Except
Well,
not
that's-
concrete, because that's
Not
not.
so much concrete. I was thinking
It's a well. It's the side of a well.
Yeah.
iron, but what do they call that? The crappy iron. Anyway, I'll
Crude
continue.
iron? Pit iron?
Barrow iron?
Yeah, iron. There you go, pit iron.
Pit iron.
So basically, you're gonna be able to get up and take action, but as I said, 6 bashing, because you're taking the punch and then a face dive into something, face plant.
Roll stamina.
So roll stamina to soak.
Nah.
That's fucking dice.
I can't believe you guys tried to feed and basically got the shit kicked out of you.
Mizoku is.
Oh,
I'm doing just
God.
fine. I'm doing just fine.
Hotel's doing fine for now.
Yeah, for now.
Was 6.
Even Nadia
Alright,
can deal with
so-
a drunk guy.
You're actually only gonna take 4. And 1 blood point is 2 points of bashing. By the way.
Alright, so.
But also, bashing is like easily healed. Like you don't really.
Oh yeah, it's really easily healed.
There's that.
And then it's gonna be your turn.
Alright, well, I'm going to attempt to get up and bull rush and grapple this guy. And maybe slam his head against a wall.
Okay. Strength and brawl.
Come on, Dice, don't be an asshole. Fine, Dice, be an asshole.
You successfully grapple.
Do I?
You don't bring him to the ground. However, you have entered a grapple.
Yeah.
A standing grapple.
A bit of a kerfuffle.
A bit of a kerfuffle. Yes.
If I drained 4 points of blood, how does this guy have any blood left? Like,
Oh, don't worry.
okay.
Strength and brawl check.
Okay.
Because as I said, it makes you want to drink in excess.
One.
Alright. You maintain your hold on him, and you're going to drain another 3 points of blood.
This guy has a lot of blood.
Mm-hmm.
It's honestly more blood than I needed. I only needed to, like, bite one person for a second, and then I was good, and I was just gonna knock them out. But I mean,
You start to feel very woozy.
did you... You said you were gonna have me do a self-control check, but I mean, I
You
would have
do-
stopped... I was gonna stop drinking
to
before this
roll?
turn.
I need you to roll self-control, difficulty 7.
Okay. I was gonna try to stop drinking before this
Oh,
turn.
there's gonna be blood. There's gonna be blood.
I rolled a 9 and 2 1s.
Bartel, you are not okay.
I need you to add a flaw to your character
Oh,
sheet.
okay.
Oh no.
Okay, what is it?
Addiction,
To what?
alcohol.
Okay. It's not much of a surprise for Bartel. I'm gonna be fully honest.
Yeah, but it's gonna start out as a 1-point flaw. Hi.
Poor pig hasn't done like shit all.
I know.
That's fine. He'll have his chances.
I'm
Okay.
sure.
Actually, can
All
I use
situation
a
based.
willpower point to just stop that from happening?
No, because you botched.
Okay.
But I will allow you to use a willpower point to stop drinking now.
How is he not dead?
Oh, don't worry. I know exactly why. Do you?
No, not
No.
yet. Not really, because you're the
no,
GM.
that's
You should
right.
know.
Alright. This guy is actually going to faint. So he has pretty much gone limp at that.
Okay.
And I need you to roll Strength and Brawl, Mr. Mizoku. Play.
I'm rolling 5 dice here.
That's okay. They're not very strong. You hold your grapple. So, Mr. Mizoku, your turn.
I'm
An
going
attempt-
to bite down on the living shit on this guy.
Okay.
What do I roll?
Strength and Brawl still.
Oh yeah, 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, he can't really beat that. So, you are also going to drain 4 points of blood.
Thank fucking god. Oh, wrong one.
Again, I still have no idea these are alive, and that's bothering me.
Basically, the way this is going to work now is I need you, Bartel, to make a self-control roll. They're basically pretty much incapacitated at the moment. I need you to make a self-control difficulty 7 again.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if I fail again. I got a 1.
And so you're basically just going to let the limp body fall to the ground. He's not dead.
Mm-hmm.
However, he is not responsive.
Mm-hmm. I still don't know how I've drained this much blood. I can't hold this much blood.
All the blood.
I ran out of ability to hold blood after the first 4 points by
Have
2.
fun puking it up later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not only that, though, but I'm going to have you make some rolls later as well.
You
Oh,
always have
yeah.
me make rolls against my self-control.
Do you regain any health back, or?
Really, like,
You can use blood to regain health.
yeah, you can.
You just basically spend
Now-
the blood to regain it.
Mizoku, I'm going to need you to make, a self-control roll difficulty 7 as well.
Self-control? Alright.
Unless you wish to imbibe more blood.
A what?
Drink more blood.
Drink more blood. Imbibe.
Oh,
Drinky.
I do need 2 more points of blood, so... I guess I
World
will.
is your sippy cup.
Alright, you get 2
Okay,
more
fine.
points, actually. I rolled a d4. You get 2 more points. I need you to roll self-control difficulty 7 now.
Okay. Come on, dice, don't hate me too much.
Okay. You know enough to stop. She will also be making rolls later.
You didn't let me make my first roll to stop. Rude.
That's fine.
It's
Because you and things. Okay. And just move your token. Is there something you wish to?
I was just moving in case anybody tried to make a run for it.
Okay, you're just like at the side. You're at the edge of the alleyway, just like waiting to see.
He's kind of like
see
being
that-
rather observant of everything,
Okay.
but he's kind of like cringing at the fact that you've pretty much just like taken out 2 humans.
Actually, Pig, can you see the people in the alley? Is that what you're going for?
I just will not really see if anybody's in there, but see if anybody comes. Like I've seen Bartel and Mizoku walk into the alley, just making sure nobody comes running out. That's not them.
But I mean, if you're so you can you see into the alley is what I'm asking though.
No.
Okay. All right. That'll do.
Alright, we leave. Get out of there. Don't care anymore.
I'm gonna
Get
make
back with
sure.
the group.
I'm gonna see if I puke at all because I realize I drank way too much because I.
Oh,
couldn't-
you'll puke, yeah. If
Yeah.
you want to puke it up now, feel free.
Yeah, in the alleyway, so I don't do that anywhere else.
How much blood do we gain? How much health?
It's a 1-for-1.
Yeah.
I'm at
Actually, wait. It took a. How many bashing did you take away from your health?
6. Oh no, 4?
Yeah, you changed it to 4 at one point.
Did you take it all from your health?
I took 2 for my health.
Okay, then one blood point for those 2, and then the rest of it'll be a 1-for-1 since it was lethal. I believe.
Alright.
That's the way we'll do heal. Just like if you were soaking it normally. Okay. So with that, we'll lead you towards the alleyway in which Mark has pointed out to you guys.
Mhm.
You notice, as I said, the wall is a little bit off. One side wall. It almost feels as if it slants a little bit, but only in one particular spot in the middle. So, anybody wishing to investigate it will need to make an intelligence and investigation roll.
Perhaps I can do that.
Indeed.
You know that
Yeah.
kind of that
I
kind
mean,
I'm
of.
go
gonna-
ahead, pig.
I'm gonna try, but okay. Standard.
Yes, standard.
Okay.
Please no botch.
I had 2 die, so
Investigate for
10.
justice. Yeah, you notice that this is actually a faux wall, and it can actually be used as a door. You have, since you only got 1 investigation point, you cannot tell where the lever is or the latch.
So in this alleyway where they just killed,
hold on.
where they
Who-
just killed 2 guys.
Oh,
Were you
this is further
this
down.
is a different
Okay.
one.
Who are you indicating for the not knowing? Because I have 2 points in investigation, but only 1
I
point.
have 0 in investigate, so I can't tell. I was just rolling
Me
intelligence.
neither. I don't have.
Most of mine is in investigation. I only have 1 intelligence, so.
Well, basically, since you only got 1 success.
Okay.
That's what I was saying.
Yep.
You can roll again and hope not to botch.
There we go.
Damn it, Mizoku. And you had 2 die.
Yeah, apparently the big f***ing gangrel finds a random.
Doorknob. Just what's this?
It's like a button. It's like an off-placed brick that
do not press that button.
when pushed in releases the latch from the inside, and the door swings ajar, which
Kind-
brings you to a different map. If I can move my turn order.
So we go through the secret door into the secret base.
Completely not caring about that we're here.
Nadia's like, oh, there's a door here. Like she's been talking with Percival.
Oh,
Basically.
wait.
I mean,
Martel's like quiet because he just puked a whole bunch of blood up and just like trying to regain his composure still.
as I said, Mark did lead you here, saying this is where he's seen them coming and going, so you know this is where you need to be.
Or perhaps this is the fake base.
So our little friend should be in here, yeah?
Mark does not follow you inside.
Okay.
He stands watch outside just in case anybody else tries to intrude.
Cool.
And they'll be set on fire.
All right, so what's the plan for this? Are we gonna talk to them or?
Well, we've just
Well-
entered their secret base. I don't know that they'll want to talk very much.
Yes, if they want to talk, I'm sure possibly Nadia or I will do the talking, and if they wish to stab, point. You will go in front.
Possibly not.
While I like your plan, if these are common people, I don't think they'll enjoy you or Nadia talking to them.
Now, how is this place lit? Like, is it common torches, low light candles? Like, is there a lot of shadows?
A
my
lot
question.
of shadows. It's not very well lit at all. There's no fire.
All right. So stealth for me it is.
Nadia's going to start walking down the long hallway in front of her.
I mean, Martel's going too. He doesn't really.
Just like, you know, one foot in front of the other.
I'm gonna kind of follow the wall, but like try to keep hidden amongst the shadows.
Her shoes are like ripped up beyond recognition from all the crap that's been happening, so she's probably barefoot at this point. So the pit pat of bare feet on stone.
Mm.
She looks into the room, seeing these people. Is
You
there
can
anything else
see-
in this room, or is it just a stone room?
It's just a stone room. However, off to your right, you do see someone who looks to be in charge of the people in the room. And I'm going to read you a little excerpt of something.
Okay.
And you can hear her saying, "In this arid wilderness of steel and stone, I raise up my voice that you may hear. To the east and to the west I beckon. To the north and to the south I show a sign proclaiming, death to the weakling, wealth to the strong. Open your eyes that you may see, O men of mildewed minds, and listen to me, ye bewildered millions. For I stand forth to challenge the wisdom of the world, to interrogate the laws of man and of God." With this-
Intelligence occult for what this is from?
Go ahead.
Cool.
Can I roll wits in occult?
No.
Okay.
Okay. I'll go intelligence and occult as well because
I don't have. I mean, I'll roll intelligence in occult too, but I get one more dice with wits.
2 successes.
Anything can happen.
Let's see if I can.
It's peasant speak. I don't know this.
2 die. Let's go. Nope.
Okay. You can tell that you may have briefly heard it in the words of. I'm trying to think of it. I guess it commonly be known. In the actual religion of Satanism.
Okay.
Woo!
Excellent.
But not in the fact of like worshiping the devil or Lucifer, but traditional Satanism, meaning basically do what you will unto the world as long as it pleases you, no matter who it may hurt, which is how traditional Satanism is practiced.
I'm kind of cool with that.
Indulgence.
Alright.
So it's basically right down your alley with the road of sin, but that's basically where the excerpt is coming from. So, and you're the only one that knows this so far.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, I got nothing.
And you notice that everybody in this room is wearing that same blue crossed cloak, and the lady is actually in a full, I would say blue gown, of the same color.
Okay.
On the bright side, they all appear to be facing away from us.
That they would be.
Well,
Well, actually, they're facing her, but I'm not going to turn all the tokens. To be honest.
what do you guys what do you guys think about this?
Well, barging in would
I don't know if
obviously
we
bring
want
some
to
hostility.
interrupt their nice little ritual. Their nice little speech.
Well, we were sent here to talk to them. Should we wait for the ritual to be over, or should we just go in?
Well, we don't know what this speech is about, but we do have their location.
Something to do with worshiping Satan, stuff like that.
Well, there's a possible thing we could use for what their motivations are.
I suppose that doesn't
It's
explain their
very sort
motivations
of
very much, though.
do what you want when you want, sort of a speech.
Okay.
Sounds like you.
Sounds like you. You've noticed that the woman pulls a knife out of her robes and kind of like slashes her hand and just kind of like drips it onto the stone.
Cool.
Okay.
Kind of like one of those offering type situations. And everybody else seems like very intent on the ceremony.
So they are mad.
Well, they're religious.
Well, yeah.
Maybe
Same
we can,
thing?
Maybe we can deal with them one at a time.
Well, they
I-
are interfering with, the overarching scheme of the guy
Look.
who hired us, and they're killing people. So
The question is, do we want to talk to them first or stab them first?
Talking.
I'm gonna just like grab like Percy, just push him into the room then.
Whoop.
We were asked by Elijah to talk to them before we stabbed
Yeah.
them.
I stumble in front of Bartel.
Talk
I'm not gonna
then.
roll. He's stronger than me.
Potence, yay.
Like, hey, get in there. Yes, sir.
Talk then.
They don't seem to take notice of you.
Wait till the
Okay.
ritual's over, or not. Just talk if you wish.
Yeah, I'm going to.
We'll just like go over, wait by the wall, just lean against it.
Yeah, I was gonna look around a little bit more. Okay,
like,
we got.
like out hallway.
Yeah, I thought so.
Okay, I wasn't sure if the revealed area was enough for that, but
Oh, okay. I'm going to watch the ritual, but meander this way to see if I can peek down the hall or just
Whoa.
see what. Oh,
My, my page crashed.
oh, okay, that was everyone.
That was everyone. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
mine.
Except for me, Ragvasha, and Pig.
I had
Yeah,
a Windows
mine's
thing that
pretty
popped
fine.
up and said error, and then it
Yeah,
killed the
mine,
page.
mine exactly did that as well, which
We're
means my,
too cool for
my
this.
camera's not going to reload.
yep.
Oh, but we
God,
got
it took me to my saving Fresno campaign. Okay, hold on. Dark Ages Vampire. There. Took me to my werewolf game.
I mean, the only way I can get my camera back up is if I stop XSplit and restart it.
All right, so
okay.
the plan is to let the person doing the ritual bleed to death.
That is of no concern of mine. Is she still bleeding? Because she just cut her hand or her wrist?
Hand.
Okay.
Like-
Oh, she's fine. She's not gonna fucking
Yeah.
bleed to death.
Yeah, I
She's
know.
not gonna bleed out from the hand.
It was joke
Yeah.
from chat.
That's why she cut hand squeezed. Make the blood run.
I'm very hungry.
You know, my page is still a little broken, but it'll work.
Patience isn't a virtue, Percival a virtue.
Okay.
You.
Me.
I'm trying to get a makeshift camera.
Is there any indication that there might be something important down that hallway way off to the left of us? Or right of us? On the right side of the room?
There's no indication.
But it's the only way to go.
I mean, yeah, it leads deeper into this underground hideout, outpost, whatever you want to call it. These people.
I'm just looking for if there's any indication that was like a main office or a storage area of items or something.
There we go.
It
That's
just-
the best. That's the best I can do for a camera. Sorry to you guys on stream. If you're watching me faff around with this.
As I said, basically it's just all you can tell is it's a hallway,
Alright.
and that it leads further in. You notice?
You guys are the ones who are supposed to be doing the talking. I'm just sitting.
I know.
Yeah.
We're not interrupting because that's a bad
That's a-
idea.
Yeah.
You notice that basically the
Fresh again.
followers are just forming like a line.
Conga.
Not quite conga, but basically it's
Okay.
their-
I
They're,
think I get what's going on, by the way.
Hold on.
Maybe.
I
Let's see.
don't.
So they're basically just forming a line, and in turn, each one of them takes that same dagger, and basically does the same action that she does.
Oh,
Okay.
blood oath.
Never mind then.
Oh.
If they were drinking it, I'd be like,
No,
is it a
no,
Canaanite? No.
Not blood oath, but
Good.
basically they're doing the same action.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
Let us not.
You know what,
And-
guys? This camera thing is really bugging me. I'm gonna like voluntarily take the stream down for like a minute just to reset it,
Alright.
and we'll be right back. Okay.
If you're gonna do that, I'm
We'll be
gonna
back
restart
after
my.
these
I'm gonna
messages.
restart my
It's
browser.
only gonna
real quick.
take just a second. So, I'm sorry for those of you, and sorry to interrupt, Rakvasha.
oh no, that's fine.
I just feel like that this will be, you know.
Filler time hype. Ah!
Like,
It's like Miller time, only cooler.